So, good evening, everybody, and welcome along to the live stream. Welcome to all the people in the side chat. And just a quick one tonight, 13 hours in at the bike garage, and I'm just going to try and get as many people on as I can tonight. So, if you are here, a link is up in the side chat. If you want to come and join in on the stream, jump in. Very, very easy. There's a lot of things we want to talk about tonight. Obviously, if you've seen me TikTok today, we've had the Yamaha VMAX out today. Great ride. But we do want to talk about this new thing that's been announced on MCN, which is obviously the new thing about modifying your bike for 2021. So obviously, a lot of restrictions have come in, and people have been saying that. Oh, you can't do this to your bike, you can't do this to your bike for 2021. And just a couple of people we've got to introduce in on the side chat. So we've got Saddlebag73, hi to you, welcome along and welcome to join in on the live stream on that one. Just mute my YouTube that's just kicked in. Wibbly Wobbly's here, Western Supermoto, Simon's here, Nitro, Rory. Good evening, guys. Welcome along to everybody. Good to see you all in the side chat, guys. I have put the link up, so if you Wibbly Wobbly, where can you pick up the VMAX? I'll tell you what, that bike. I've got the video to go up very, very shortly. We actually took it out of the car park and. Took it out, and the boss's son had actually brought it down as smart cars. We normally do one bike, one car, or a couple of bikes. So he brought the little smart car out, left him standing, pulling out the local hotel where we shoot. Took it up to the roundabout, hooked it round the roundabout, and obviously I did 1, 2, 3, 4 up into fourth gear, and obviously just opened it up. That thing just opens up like an absolute rocket. But then first gear, second gear, third gear, I picked the front wheel up in every gear. That VMAX just rides so superb. We've done a couple of VMAXs now. That's the second one that we've obviously advertised up for sale, but this one just rides so much better than the first bike. Big hi to Salty and Sprinkles. What's up, man? Yeah, just up in my subscription pay for plan. Yeah, so Salty's joined in on the stream there. So good to see you, Salty. Obviously, if you haven't seen Salty's ride where he talks about different things, he's actually done another ride with Smitty. Go and check out Smitty's ride as well. Big Smitty riding. He's done an identical blog to Salty and Sprinkles. Really, really good a vlog there where he goes on about certain things. But go and check out obviously Salty and Sprinkles, Big Smitty riding. Some really, really good videos up this week. There's loads of videos that have come up this week on YouTube that I've obviously been watching and catching up on. Couple of big ones that we're watching out. The latest one, you've got to go and watch this guy, Beans on Toast. It's a very, very quick one. It's short, but I blasted him with my Uta. So go and check out Beans on Toast. Premises has got a new one up, Premises 187. Go and check out that guy as well. Loads and loads of people. So if you do want to jump on the stream, I'll chuck it up in the link again. If you want to come and join me in the stream, it's going to be a very, very short one tonight because I am absolutely shattered. I've been in the garage since about 6 o'clock this morning. I didn't finish till gone the sort of 7, 8 o'clock tonight. And obviously popped up to my local pub. Our local bike group has been sort of looking for a public house where they can sort of go and have a bike meet. And I said to them, you ought to try my local one in the village. And it's really good pub to go and visit. It's literally a 500-yard walk from where I live. So obviously put it up on my chat tonight, and I've had 26 bikers. I said to the landlord tonight, I went, you've got 26 bikers coming in next Wednesday, all want food, all want drinks. He went, have a glass of wine. I'm like, all right. So I've had had a couple of glasses of wine. So I'm trying to stay as sober as I can, but obviously 13 hours in, hardly any rest between the whole day, and a couple of glasses of wine in. So I'm starting to flag already. So we shall see how long I last in the stream before I decide to fall asleep. Burning Gas Holding Us is in the stream as well. So yeah, evening, Gav. Good to see you in the stream, mate. The link is up if you want to come and join us in the link, but it's going to be a very, very quick one tonight. obviously, for everybody that hasn't seen the news that has gone up on MCN tonight, the government are looking down to obviously do zero emissions on bikes, Euro 4, Euro 5. If you go and take your bike out, you've got sort of the latest Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, or big bike. You go and put an aquapovic pipe on it, or you modify your bike. They're looking to actually ban modifications on bikes. So why is that the rule, that you can't go and modify your bike? You can go and spend sort of 2 or 3 grand on a decent exhaust system, and then people go, oh no, you can't allow that because it's not legal. You're not staying in obviously the restrictions of what the bike was when it was released. That is the idea of people buying bikes and obviously modifying their bikes to customize them to themselves. So um, side comments, chuck your comments up. What do you think of the government? We're going to bring in a guy. I haven't seen him in absolutely ages. I follow loads of his blogs, but the man himself, Saddlebag73. Good evening. Welcome along to the stream.
Hey, cheers, my man. How are you doing?
Yeah, good to see you. I've been absolutely ages. I've followed loads of your videos, and obviously you do some really good rides. So tell us a little bit about yourself for the people in the stream. What do you do, and what do you sort of do for a living?
Well, for a living, I fit tyres to earth movers, heavy equipment, and apart from that, I ride motorcycles and run a YouTube channel.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Loads, a couple of people on the side chat. Obviously, Western Supermoto is here. Boom, legend. Yeah, Wibbly Wobbly's just commented. Surely that would kill the aftermarket parts sector. Yeah, it really is going to kill off the sector on that. People say, obviously, I want to go for the latest Akrapovic, Scorpion, or big exhaust on my bike. And the government are now looking to say, oh, you can't modify your bike. So obviously in the side chat, what do you think of that, guys? Saddlebags, your opinion?
Bleak.
Exactly.
Not much more to say at the moment. I hope we can fight it.
Exactly. Yeah. Obviously, loads of people have been commenting. MCNs have been absolutely flooded with inundations today. And obviously, loads of people sharing out on the Facebook, YouTube, people saying, oh, this is absolutely stupid. Why can't you modify your bike? And then obviously stock Harleys. If you've got a stock Harley, you're going to want to stick something on your bike, or you're going to want to upgrade your pipes, and scaremongering and likely become law. Exactly. That is the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, they can't stop you changing your seat if it doesn't fit you, can they? Things like that.
Exactly, like Corbin seats, or heated seats, or you want to go for the latest King and Queen custom seat on your bike, then that's going to be like the big thing in on that.
For sure.
So a couple of
mirrors.
Go on.
I was going to say, like, if your mirrors don't work for you, if all you can see is your shoulders, you'll not extend your mirrors, don't you?
Exactly. Simon's just joined me on the live stream and that, and he's just said absolute cracker pop. Absolutely crazy that you can't modify your bike.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Another one from Dennis. Why target bikes when they can't make up a small proportion of vehicles on the road? Another one. Howie's just joined us on the food. Nice to see you, Howie.
Hey, Howie. He's a good man.
So it's not going to be a very, very long live stream tonight, because obviously I am absolutely shattered. I'm starting to flag here. Sweating buckets as well, but we're just going to do a very, very quick one tonight. Another couple of quick ones. The missus have messaged me as well, so just come down and have a quick cigarette as well. So I've just literally started the just media blowing it up as it may be. Exactly, Exeter. I'll be slurring his words. Yeah, I'm absolutely knackered, mate. I've done 13 hours in. I've had a glass of wine. Absolutely shattered, mate. It's been a bloody long day today. So I did say that I'd get a quick Friday live stream up, but obviously just more caffeine needed. So give me 2 seconds. Let me just go have a quick chat with the messes. Obviously, if you guys want to jump in on the live stream, I'm just going to have a quick 2-minute break, and I shall be back in just a couple of seconds, guys.
Do you think I should take over the show? I would Exeter rider like to join in. Need to see your pretty little face. Well, I've just found the side chat on my phone because somehow it doesn't show up on screen. I've just found the side chat on my phone. Serious echo. Wibbly Wobbly asks, what bike do I ride? Long story, but I've got a Kawasaki Z900 RS, a Royal Enfield Classic 500, and a Royal Enfield Himalayan at the moment. What do you ride, Wibbly Wobbly? People are asking for my jokes. I can't do jokes when I'm put on the spot like that. They kind of come out spontaneously. Yes, Wibbly Wobbly. Himalayan is the perfect second bike. First bike, probably not for most people, but a second bike, absolutely ideal. I have a lot of fun on mine. Host is back. Good man. Welcome.
So, back. Right. quick drink of milk, and we're back into it again. So, been long. Obviously, been a long damn day. Exeter riders, click the link. Yeah, click the link, guys. I'm going to post up the StreamYard link again. If you want to jump in on this StreamYard link, then hit that link down the bottom. That'll bring you in, get you in on the live stream. Yeah, I did go off for a smoke. The Saddlebag show. Love it, guys. Off for a quick smoke, quick drink of water. Getting back into it. Obviously, document doesn't target bikes. Park of the problem. Generic document which doesn't think about bikes. It's all based around these new electric bikes. A lot of electric bikes come in this week, actually. Obviously, a lot of people have been out. Missing and Fly has done one. The original guy that started all this electric bikes off is Spicy 110. He took out the the Energica, I think it was the Eva that he took out. I've ridden the Ego, but the Ego is a lot better than the Eva, a bit more of a sports bike. Exeter's in the queue, mate. Come and jump in on stream, Exeter. Click the link and come and jump in on the side stream. Couple of quick ones. We had one of these I call them bureaucratic turkeys trying to ruin our fun. Is it the government just trying to ruin our fun again? Because obviously, been following a lot of. I've sat on this all day at the garage watching what MCN have been saying about all these new. Oh, you can't modify your bike. You can't do this with your bike. You can't do that with your bike. If you buy a bike, you're going to spend 14 grand on a bike. Why can't you modify it? You get a lot of these boy racers that come out. They, oh yeah, I've got this bike. You know, I've got this car. I've got this car. I've just fitted a really low. I've lowered the suspension of us. You know, and I've gone and put this exhaust on it, or I've put bigger tires on it. Why can't you modify your car, and then sort of pick on the bikers? Which of us is Red Pom? That's me. Wibbly Wobbly, he's in the room as well. So hi to Terry. Quick say hi, Terry. And then obviously Burning Gas is in there as well. We're going to bring in a couple of people. Now, this guy is my ride partner. We did a ride last Sunday. I'll let Simon tell you about the ride, but we went out with the Rosper boys, obviously Nick and Dave. And we went up to our local, which was, if you haven't seen my videos, we go up to my obligatory cafe, which is the Super Sausage. We did a ride out through the back of Buckingham, Brackley, Oxfordshire. Went down we went down a road, and it was literally 2 miles straight road. Come around the corner, and luckily Simon was riding at the back. My camera did not pick up. My camera crashed halfway through the ride, so I didn't pick up the fact that I had a Tesla pull out on me. But he flew out past me, and then obviously flew in front of the two riders and split the pack up at about 90 miles an hour. And this guy with the Tesla was absolutely nuts. How those guys kept it together, I don't know. But Nick is obviously a very, very good rider. So bring him into the stream. Hello, Simon. Good to see you.
Hello, how are we doing?
Yeah, we're good. And I've also got the man himself. Now, this guy did the Vogue 500 at exactly the same time as I did, but it was ruined by a guy called Epic Adam. And obviously, we won't talk about Epic Adam. It's my man himself. It's Exeter Rider. Good evening.
Hi, lads.
Yeah, good to see you.
Doing, you right?
Yeah, good, thanks. So, Simon, what did you think of the ride Sunday?
I thought typical Tesla driver. The ride itself was a good ride. I think I clocked up 100 miles or thereabouts for the day, and yeah, quite a lot of fuel. No, it was a really good ride. When things like that happen with that car, everybody just keeps calm, lets them do it, let them get on with it, let them go. You start getting angry and throwing things and trying to race people, then that's when it all goes wrong. So yeah, it's just a case of just keep calm, do what you're doing, keep an eye on them, and wait for them to disappear. And if you're lucky, in the next corner they'll be in a ditch, and you can wave at them as you go past.
Exactly. A quick comment of where's Exeter's dressing gown?
Oh, yeah, that's a long story. Yeah, we'll
skip that part anyway. So, how's everybody been this week? All good?
I'm training my Ed China haircut. I'm getting there.
I'm due for a new one. I'm about 13 hours in today, Simon. So
you look shattered, mate.
I am absolutely. I've been in since 6 o'clock this morning. I didn't leave the garage till about 7:30 tonight. I've got here's one for you. We had a Honda NC 700 come in. It's got a DCT on it.
Right.
So if you know about DC, now obviously he broke down. I had to go and recover him firstly with the trailer and the Land Rover. Brought him into the garage. My gearbox isn't running correctly. It keeps jumping between gears. It's all over the place. It might need a code scan. So we've got our Texer equipment out tonight to scan the bike. We've got to go back in. I'm back in at the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning to code scan that bike. To try find out why the DCT's not working. When did you last have a service? Oh, about a year ago. All right. And obviously pulled up the bike, and obviously when the boss Phil booked it in, he said to me, "So we got this bike in, blah blah blah," and I went, "Oh God, what is it?" He went, "It's an NC," and I went, "Specialist oil, specialist plugs, specialist air filter. It's not 1040 oil, it's 1030, and it's going to be Motul 5000 in that at least before you even think about putting oil in that bike." Done the service on it today, changed the pads out. And I said to him, "Yep, it's going to be Motul 51." So obviously, best oil out, flushed out the oil, changed the oil, put it in the gearbox, took it down the road. It's reacting fine. The engine oil and the gearbox is all one part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've got a code scan that up this morning. But he's obviously taken it to the local dealer. And he said to me, "So I've taken it to the local Honda dealer. They've actually taken out, you've got a manual mode, a normal drive mode, and a sports mode." He said they've switched it all into one mode. Why?
No, really? Can you do that?
Yes, you can switch it all into single primary mode, and Honda have switched it into single primary mode because his gearbox was playing up. The simple reason is his oil was absolutely massacred, black and full of bloody tar.
Something's gone wrong in there somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I've flushed it, changed the oil out today, took it down the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no problem. Went into manual mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It runs absolutely fine. We've now got to switch it back into all its original settings.
Yeah.
Typical. Yeah. Typical. Yeah. How quick can you push your bike through just to get your money? I'm just going to introduce someone else in. He's a regular on the channel, and it's the man himself, Nitro Rory. Heyo, Nitro.
Hello there. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you all.
Nitro,
Hello.
tell us a bit about yourself.
A bit about me. I'm outside Glasgow in Scotland. I work for a company that provides phone lines to other companies. At the moment, working on the campaign for the COVID response for the NHS. And I ride very small bikes compared to you guys. Very small. We're talking 50 cc's. And yeah, I like having a bit of fun. I've got a couple of two-stroke 50cc bikes. I make the odd YouTube video, but I'm very small time compared to some of you lot.
Nah, you're not small time, Rory. If you've not seen Nitro Rory's channel, go and check out some of his videos. Those 50s are I'll tell you what, we all started on a 50 sometimes. Even Simon and Exeter Saddlebags, we all started on a 50. I'm going to let you into a secret because I got absolutely ribbed when I was young. Obviously, I started my career very, very early at 5 years old. 12 years old, I was riding for motocross. I got obviously onto the Team Kawasaki at 14, and I was actually part of a member of Team Kawasaki motocross riding 420s. Got to 16. Great, I can get on the road and ride a bike. And everybody around me, Simon's probably had one, FS1E, Honda SS50. My granddad actually said to me, "You can have my bike." Brilliant. What you got, Granddad? I had a Pooch Maxi. It was my first bike at 16 was a Pooch Maxi, pedal along. It did the job. But
did it have a wicker basket on the front?
It had the metal basket on the front, and I was ribbed constantly because I stepped from 420 to 50cc. But when I got to 17 and passed my test after 3 weeks at 17. I went straight to a Kawasaki ZX9, and then I think it was about 3 months later, went to a ZX 1300. I went to a Z 1300, and at 17, you're hammering around on a Z 1300, and people are going, "Jesus Christ!" It was a babe magnet when all the kids were on like 250s and 350s. But yeah, I started on Pooch Maxi, so we all started somewhere. But 50cc's are the big thing at the moment. I follow a lot of stuff on eBay, and there's actually an FS1E that is up on eBay. If you search FS1E on eBay at the moment, there's one up for 16.5 grand, and it's done 72 miles. but obviously there's a lot of, I think there's 170 watchers on that at the moment. People just waiting to see how much that bike will sell for. So we shall see what happens on that.
Is that
Just
what they called the fizzies?
the fizzies, the fizzy, the FS1E. That was brilliant bikes. Obviously, I had a lot of bikes when I was young. I had RD250s, 350 LCs. I had a Moto Guzzi Le Mans Mark II, a Laverda Jota.
All bikes that you should have kept. Yeah.
No, all bikes that I should have kept. And then obviously I've progressed through the years. I had a break for about 10 years until obviously I went and worked for Eclipse. And then obviously when I went back to work for Phil, he had a CBR 600F in. And I loved it. And I said to him, I want that bike. And he went, if it's yours, you want it, 1,600 quid, add it. I brought it up to showroom standard. I spent about £2,000 on the bike and ended up stuffing it into a side of a DPD van. But we won't go there. And then obviously add the ZX7, which everybody knows my channel for. That is actually up for sale at the moment. I had an inquiry today, believe it or not. A guy emailed me from the States, and he said, we're looking to obviously buy a ZX7R. Will you export to the States? No, that's your concern if you want to export it, but it's up for sale. So I've currently got a huge email conversation going on with him. But obviously following Simon's channel, when I was looking around, I went for a ZZR 1400, put a deposit on it, went out, and obviously following my back injury, couldn't get across the tank on it. And then obviously everyone said to me, go for a touring bike, go for a GTR 1400, which brought me onto obviously Simon's channel. And then obviously I followed a couple of Simon's videos, looked at the videos, thought, this is quite a nice bike. Got chatting to Simon. Simon said, you're not going to get far wrong with the GTR. He actually popped in and paid me a visit at Eclipse. We got chatting. We're really good mates now. So it's just amazing the amount of friends that you can pick up on the motovlog community. Me and Simon tend to ride every couple of weeks together. We have great fun together. We have a laugh, been round his house, had coffee, met his wife. And then obviously I've got my GTR 1400, and I always say to people now, will you change your bike? No, that is my forever bike. I love my GTR. Apart from that Intruder that I rode this week, I do love that Intruder Cruiser that I bought, but my GTR is a forever bike, and obviously thanks to Simon, he steered me in the right direction. But it just shows you, like, obviously I've got I think it's 2,200 subscribers just coming up to now. Simon is a very, very small channel, but what he says is actually gospel truth. Some of the stuff that he does on his GTR 1400, he does some incredible videos, and he should be hitting sort of 2,000-3,000 subscribers. So go and check out this man over here, Simon GTR 1400. Give his channel a follow. Because we don't do it for the love or the money. I make, I think, 70 quid a month out of my YouTube channel. It's bugger all. It pays for bits and pieces on the bike, but we all do it for the love of riding. Even like Gavin, Burning Gas Hauling Ass, he's got quite a big channel now, and obviously, but we all do it just for the love of biking. And all these guys that we actually had a debate on this. Military Biker did it, Salty and Sprinkles have done it, Big Smitty Riding have done it. Why would you pay for subscribers? You can go out and pay like £200 or something to get 1,000 subscribers. Why would you do it to have a load of automated bots come in and go, just great video, great video, great video? You'd rather have the real bikers just commenting. I get some really, really sort of reviews where people come onto my reviews and go, oh yeah, but you should have done this, you should have done that, you should have done this. I took one bike out last week and I called it a V-twin. I did the VFR 800 and I called it a V-twin. It's not, it's a V4. But as I said to the guy, it's because I'm so used to riding bikes, I just jump on a bike, ride it. Oh, it's a V engine, it's V-twin, but
yeah,
we
you're
all
going to get people like that all the time, aren't you?
Yeah,
that are going to pick at things, and you just got to do your own thing, really.
As I say to people, I just ride, I do my own thing. I'm just there to advertise the bikes for the garage. I'm there to show the customers their bike being ridden. At the end of the day, I don't consider myself a big celebrity. I get people come in and go, oh, can I have an autograph? Can I have a selfie? I'm like, get over yourself. I'm just a moto vlogger. I do it for the garage. I'm just me. But I tend not to be up, as I said, when on the video where I got knocked off the bike, I tend not to be up my own backside. You get those that think I've got 1,000 subscribers, I'm a huge moto vlogger on YouTube.
I've met loads of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not. I'm just a
Sneaky.
bike rider. I go out with a lot of people. Obviously, I've met RJ Royal Jordanian about 3 or 4 times now down in London. And to say that you've met RJ, people go, "Oh God, I've met RJ. I've met RJ." He is just such a down-to-earth guy. But I've never ever seen his face. He's never ever lifted his visor to me, and he never talks about his family, his home life, what he does, in his personal life. He just rides bikes, but he always gives his money away, and that was what just stunned me. And I'm like, he doesn't need the money; he just gives it away all the time. Carl's in. If you haven't seen Carl Dutt's Rideouts, another great channel that I follow. And obviously, I've not met Carl. I'm going to hopefully go down and meet him sometime later this year or the beginning of next year. And he just does bike videos with just a bit of background music. But some of the roads that he does down there, and there's some really good rideouts. Wibbly, I need some RB merch. Send me a DM, Wibbly. I'll send you a free T-shirt and a sticker. I've got loads of T-shirts sitting back here. Dennis is bringing his bike into me too. Can I have an autograph and a check for me? I know I've got you booked in, Dennis. I said to the guys, I went, "Oh, for God's sake, I've got another bike, another follower coming into me on Tuesday," and the girls went, "Oh, God's sake." We had if you've not seen, roll back onto one of my videos where we do the Lexmoto Titan. And the guy's got 33,000 K on the bike. Now, obviously, that guy suffers from Asperger's. He's very, very OCD. And he actually came in when I was out of the business. I was out riding bikes, and he came in and met our receptionist, Rebecca. And he went, "Is this the garage that's got RB there?" And she went, "RB? Who's RB?" And he went, "Rev Bomb." And she went, "Oh, you mean Dave?" "Yeah." "Oh, no, Rev Bomb." And she went, "Yeah, that's Dave." And he went, "Oh, can I get a sticker? Can I get, I'm like, oh, for God's sake." And she said to me, she went, "He wants an autograph, a selfie." I've actually put the selfie up on my YouTube channel, not on my YouTube, on my Facebook channel, with a picture of me and this guy. And when he actually came in, he went, "You're so down to earth. You're not like a huge." And I went, "I'm just me. I just do stuff." And I actually gave him a couple of stickers. I said, "Just give me your name and address. Or next time you come in, just come in. I'll give you a T-shirt." But I took his bike out. He has kept that bike so darn clean for a 3-year-old bike. It literally looks like it rolled out the showroom about 6 months ago. And we've had a customer that come in. He's got a 6-month-old bike. It looks like an absolute piece of crap. He's not kept it clean. He's not serviced it. He's not even bothered to look after the bike. And he's like, "Oh, is it still in warranty?" "Well, yeah, only slightly, but your bike is an absolute piece of crap. You really need to wash your bike." "Oh, yeah, but I only ride it every day to and from work." "All right. Do you wash it at the weekend?" "No, I just put it in the garage and I expect it to start every day." Well, if you're not going to look after your bike, you're only going to get so much love and attention for a bike. And Exeter knows this for the amount of bikes he's ridden.
Yeah. Definitely. It's funny. I've got an interview with a chap on Monday, actually, which I'm putting a video out on, and he's got a Lexmoto and it's done 24,000 miles, and not a problem in all those years. 8 years he's had it. So yeah, if you look after it, it's going to be okay.
Yeah,
generally speaking.
Yeah, and yet you go on the YouTube page for the Lexmoto owners, and then people are going, "Oh, I've had my bike 6 months, Chinese piece of crap. It doesn't do this. This has gone wrong. This has gone wrong. This has gone wrong." Yeah, but when did you last have a service? Are you keeping it? Are you riding it within the service limits? Are you keeping it
leaving it out in the rain?
Yeah, are you leaving it out in the rain? And they go, "Oh yeah, but I just ride it backwards and forwards to work, and I expect it to start every day." It's not going to work, guys.
No.
But quite often, when you're a kid, you don't realise that, do you?
Exactly.
You have to have experience. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh man, don't your sons? You're much uglier in the flesh. Oh, thanks for it. I've got the bald spot going. It's getting worse now. It's I'm really
winning.
Yeah, I'm really.
Rev Bob's definitely got a face for radio, haven't you, mate?
Yeah, it's like yeah, the bald spot is showing. Yeah, it's like the missus said to me the other day. She went, "Oh, you're really getting thin on top," and I went, "It's all right. Give it another 6 months. I'm going to do the Jason Statham look." Oh, Howie, where's the boarding cheddar? Yeah, all right, Howie. Yeah, that's one for Exeter. He was down that way. Western, as you come down it, the Cheddar Gorge, it's the Brown Cheddar Gorge sign. If you've not ridden that road, I tell you what, if you've not ridden the A30 down into that area, Jesus Christ. I was actually chatting with the guys from Lex Moto today, and obviously, if you haven't, Exeter probably knows all the guys from Lex Moto, so Ben and Paris and all that lot. Dan
no,
actually.
I don't, to be honest. I know
Oh,
one.
right.
Sarah,
Oh.
and that's it. Yeah.
Oh, you know Sarah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Ben and obviously Paris are on the warranty department. Dan used to run it about a year ago, and obviously Dan left to start his own motovlog channel. Dan's doing all right for himself, but obviously I said to the guys at Lex Moto, I'm going to have to come down to Exeter one day and give you guys a visit. So I've actually geared that up for the second week of February. I've got a couple of days off, and I'm going to be going down to. I'm going to go down and meet Carl. I'm going to go down and meet Weston. I'm going to go across to Exeter. I'm going to have a week out just riding around on my GTR. Mrs. said to me, you can go off for a week. So February, first week of February or second week of February, I'm going to put it up on my stream anyway. But I'm going to go down and meet all you guys. So I actually get to catch up with you, Exeter.
Cool. Brilliant.
So yeah, and then obviously pop onto Lex Moto, meet the guys at Lex Moto, do a little video down at Lex Motos, and meet all the. Because obviously I've been chatting with the guys from Lex Moto for the last 5 years, but I've never met any of them. Quick one from Simon, CBF 600, 3 months to get up to stand up preview. Yeah, didn't bother looking after it. It's all about how much attention you put into the bike, and obviously if you've seen my ZX, well, there's hundreds of videos out there. My ZX7R, that I paid 1,600 quid for that. I fell on my feet with that after obviously I stuffed the CBR 600 into a van. I've got to have to find the photo because the police took a photo of the side of the van. And it's actually got a body imprint in the side of the van. My head, my shoulders, my hip, my legs in the side of the van where I actually stuffed the bike into the side of the van. So Simon's going to be around for that in February. Have to get up and meet you. So we shall sort something out. And obviously, I think Wibbly's off. Wibbly's off for an early one. So early night, Wibbly. I will catch up with you before the end of the week, mate. So we'll try and catch up with you at the weekend and see what you're doing. But as I say, all these guys in the side chat, catch up with them, and obviously. Give them a shout out, but yeah, go and chat. If you want to see all the bike vloggers that I follow, jump on my YouTube. Every video has got in the comment section down below or description is all the bikers that I do follow. I think I've got to add Exeter in this week, so I follow about I think it's about 400 at the moment. So with me, it's a daily catch up of about 2 hours of video, catching up on people's and catching up on Simon, having a go at Bellends on their mobile phones and. And then catching up with saddlebags, rides, and all that. But there's loads of people that I follow. But obviously, laters Wibbly, have yourself a good one. I'm going to post up the side chat because I've got a few more people that are sitting in the side chat waiting to jump in. So StreamYard link is there. If you want to jump in, I've got a room for about another 4 more in the side chat. Gav, come and jump in if you can't make it. I think Gavin's actually messaged me earlier, said he's actually working, but he's just watching the video from work. You should be working, mate. You should be working, not catching up with YouTube. Naughty, naughty boys. Slap your wrist. Quick one for Exeter. Obviously, me and you have done that Vogue 500.
Yeah.
And I've had loads and loads of people saying, when is the next lot of Vogue 500s coming out with the pannier kit on? They are not coming out with the pannier kit on now.
No. I think was it 32? I think
it was 30. I think it was 32 in the first year. Yeah, because obviously you did. You jumped in before I did, and did your first video, and then obviously I did mine.
I thought you were first, actually.
I can't remember who was first, but we both did. I think it was around about a couple of days in it when we both did our videos on the Vogue. But obviously, you did a totally different version to what I do, which is what I tend to do with Spicy, because Spicy 110 does an Expo. He rides them like he stole them, and absolutely rags the limit out of them. I tend to ride them as if you were a normal customer buying a bike. And obviously with the garage, I am limited. If it's a customer's bike, I'm limited to what my maximum ride speed is. But they have just announced, obviously, that the Vogue 650 is coming out. What do you think of it?
I've seen it, and I think one of them did tell me that there was an Evo coming out, but I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. No one's told me anything, but I have seen the range, and they do a 300 as well, don't they?
They do a 300. They've obviously got the new 650, but obviously when I first did my video, I screwed it up because I said it was a Lexmoto Vogue, and it's not. It's the long.
I did notice. Yeah,
we
all make mistakes like that.
We all make mistakes, but the Lonsin Vogue, I absolutely loved that bike. I actually took that thing green laning, and it was a great bit of kit.
Yeah,
but obviously the Vogue now, they're really pushing that Vogue range, and then Lexmoto are really pushing the Vogue range.
So but obviously it's a blooming good brand, isn't it?
And obviously they do a road going version of it as well now.
Oh, right, okay.
So and obviously for the people that are obviously thinking of going electrics, I've had so many. I think it was about 30 or 40 inquiries this week into electric bikes.
Why?
Yeah, but
I'm a fan.
Yeah, what do you think of the Cypher 50? And obviously it's 50cc equivalent Cypher. We've just had 4 in, and I've sold 3 out of that 4 before they've even come into the showroom. And people are saying, "Oh God, have you got any more Cyphers?" I can't get hold of Cyphers from Lexmoto for love or money. And people are saying, why can't you get hold of them? The simple reason is I did the first video release of the Cypher. When it first came out, I had the very first bike in the UK, and I took it out. If you actually watch the very first Cypher video I do, and it was literally round the block, down the local housing estate, we had to re-edit the video 4 times because the first time I put it into unrestricted mode, I'm like, holy shit, how fast this is. The acceleration on it when it's unrestricted is nuts. We had to do it 4 times before every time I did it, I swore. And I'm like, crap almighty. And I'm like, oh, right, re-edit. Right, reshoot the video. 3, 2, 1, and in. Hello, we're on the site. Oh shit, I've said it again. But the fourth video, we actually put that out, unrestricted mode. And then obviously I went on... and obviously did a couple more rides. Customers bought the Cypher, did a couple more rides. Carl Dutz, quick one from Carl. He's going to bed, guys. Early night for you, Carl. Thanks for the shout outs, Dave. Still catching on the vid, Simon. So yeah, Carl, great video last one, mate. I will get down to visit you, hopefully this year or next year. Go and have a beer or something, have a bit of an evening meal. I'm going to probably be coming down for a couple of days, staying in the local travel lodge. So I'll catch up with you, mate. But yeah, have a great weekend, Carl, and look after the kids, mate.
See you later, Carl.
Yeah, but obviously going back to the Cypher, and this woman happened to message me personally on my my RevBomb Messenger. My son bought a Cypher. He's 16. Yeah, he unrestricted the bike, and now the battery's packed up. Took it into the local Lexmoto dealer. They've scanned the bike, said that there's only 2% on the battery, that you've knackered the battery, and they'll change it under warranty, but you have to keep it in restricted mode. You never told us that taking it out of unrestricted mode invalidates the warranty. And I went, right, did you watch the whole video to the end? No, we watched the first 2 minutes, how to unrestrict the bike. And I went, right, okay, if you happen to go onto YouTube and type in how to unrestrict a Cypher, there are 4 other bike vloggers that have all copied my video and said, oh, we've all watched Rev Bob's video. No, it's not. It's Rev Bomb's video. How to unrestrict a Cypher. This is what you do. But none of them in their video mention if you unrestrict the Cypher, that warranty is automatically invalidated because you are taking it out of its restrictions.
I've always wondered about that actually, but they make it quite easy to de-restrict it as well.
It's very easy. Twist the throttle, hold the front brake, turn the ignition on for 5 seconds.
Oh, is that it?
That is it.
Right.
It works on the Cypher. It works on the Impulse. It doesn't work on the Yadia or the Yadia G5 or the E-Legs, but the Cypher and the Impulse you can unrestrict by twisting the throttle, hold the front brake, turn the ignition on, and hold those items for 5 seconds. Let them go. Bike's unrestricted. Restrict it back. Twist the throttle, hold the front brake, turn the ignition on for 5 seconds, and hold. That is as easy as it gets. But obviously, I said to her, "Did you read the description?" And she went, "What do you mean?" I went, "Go into the video, read the description underneath. If you are 16, the maximum speed limit at 16 is 30 miles per hour. It taking it out of restrictions invalidates your license, puts you out of accordance with your driving license at 30 mile an hour, and also invalidates the warranty." And she went, "Well, I never read that." I said, "So, all right. So you would buy an oven, turn it on and put your head in it, would you?" Read the manual, read the comments, read the restrictions. And the dealer should have told you that if you take it out of restrictions, if you unrestrict the bike, you're automatically invalidating your warranty, which is what we do with every customer that comes into our garage. "Oh, but the dealer never told me that." Well, go back to the dealer and complain to the dealer then.
What was the issue there, RB? So if it was de-restricted, yeah, it's going to draw a lot more from the battery, but did it actually knacker the battery that it was no use anymore?
What it actually did, he unrestricted it day one.
Is that it?
And he was charging it.
I got the missus here.
Only 5. Yeah, sorry. Would you like a few more in?
Yeah, we've got a few more than that in. Let's have a look on the stream. We've actually got 11 on the stream at the moment. Don't have a lot of views, but we had 169 last week on the views. But the one thing, obviously, he unrestricted the bike day one because he'd watched my video. And he was only charging the bike every couple of days. And I always say to people, if you get it home, put it on charge. It's like a mobile phone battery. So you charge, you buy a brand new phone, it's at 100%. You keep it topped to 100%, but you let it go to 0. When you go to recharge that battery, it's never going to charge to exactly 100%. It's going to probably charge to about 90 to 92% of its battery charge. You let it go flat again, it's going to come back up to charge. It's going to charge it probably then at 85 to 88%. Every time you charge it, if you flatten the battery fully, you're going to keep knocking it away until it goes gently down, and hence why he only had 2% battery charge. So what you need to do is obviously charge it on a daily rate and keep it top to 100%. That's the reason why he knackered the battery. And then obviously he's gone to dealer and gone, "Oh, my battery's knackered, blah, 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 blah." Yeah. But if you do unrestrict the bike, you put a bike instantly out of warranty. It's like the same as you buy a brand new bike. You're told to your first 500 miles, you've got to stick that bike at 40 to 45 mile an hour maximum riding speed. You take it out, you rag the thing at 63 mile an hour. You come in, "Oh, my tappets are rattling, the engines, oh, the pistons are all gone." Yeah, but what speed did you ride it at? We instantly know from the swarf. When you take the sump plug out, you've got a magnetic oil filter. You've got a magnetic sump plug. You'll instantly know. We actually had it at reception. I had two. It just happened that I booked 2 Iskas in that have been bought in the same week, and they both come in for first service. And obviously, back in the old, before we had the new servicing rules from Lexmoto, it used to be the first 500k or 311 miles, and they both came in around about the 311 mile mark. First bike came in on the ramp, and technicians come in to me, "Bike's good, that's the swarf, little bit of swarf, brilliant." Said to the customer, "Absolutely brilliant, mate, your bike's nice, little bit of swarf, great, you can now, first service done, you can now go up to 50 mile an hour. And then he come in, and the technician looked at me shaking his head and went, look at the swarf on that, and it literally looked like a Christmas tree on the bottom of the sump plug. Said to the guy, I went, how fast have you been riding the bike? Well, 45, 50 mile an hour. I went, no, that amount of swarf on that sump plug is not 50 to 55 mile an hour. And his dad was stood beside him, and he went, what do you mean? I went, that's the swarf off the original bike. That's correct service. That's your son's. Too much swarf on the bike. And he went, I went, that bike's, oh, well, I did push it up to 60 a couple of times. And his dad went, in reception, smacked the kid round the head. He went, I've just paid for that bike. If you're not going to ride the bike, I'm taking the bike off. And his dad went absolutely hell for leather. We had to ask him to step outside because obviously we got other customers in reception. I went, do you want to take that outside, guys, and have a chat with him? And he basically put his son up against the wall and said, if you ride that bike over the bloody limits, you've been told what to do. Blah, 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 blah. And he come in and went, sorry, not my problem. It's your bike. If you want to wreck your bike in the first year, mate, you crack on and do it. But yeah, you've got to ride it in accordance with the servicing requirements. So that's how you do it. Couple of quick ones in here. Did anybody see the video from LCR on the Energica? Yeah, Spicy did it first. Spicy 110 did the first ride. Lamb Chops has jumped on it. Teapot's jumped on it. Missing and Flyer have all jumped on that Energica video now. They've all obviously had the bike. Luckily, one of my friends has the Energica Ego. So obviously I took that out and gave it a ride. To say that gave me a brown pants moment was, yeah. It's a full-on nuts bike. He's actually due to come up to me this Sunday. He's bringing his girlfriend up this Sunday to meet me. There is one guy that I am going to mention, and he normally jumps on my stream, but if you go and check him out, it's Diesel's Hogs Vlog in America. He's friends with Military Biker, Salty and Sprinkles, but Diesel's Hog Vlog, he messaged me this week and said to me, I've just bought a new bike. And I went, oh, what you bought? Your favourite that's coming to the UK. And I went, you haven't. Yeah, he's just gone and spent $32,000 on the new Damon Hypersport. And if you haven't seen the Damon it's an electric bike. Go and Google, or go on YouTube and just put Damon Hypersport. It's a full-on upright tourer. It looks like a sports bike, but it's an upright tourer, but it has two modes. So the bars sit up quite high. The pegs are quite nice, but when you click the button into sport mode, the handlebars drop and the pegs come up electronically, and it goes into a full sport mode. 360-degree electronic sensors that vibrates the bars, that tells you where the hazard is. But it's all singing, all dancing. Now I've actually been, I'm sort of keeping it under wraps at the moment. Damon Hypersport are due to come to the UK in 2022. There are only two bikes that are coming to the UK for demo rides. Spicy has got one. I have one. But obviously, yeah. But
good on you.
No. But that's the good side. The downside is it's a £2,000 deposit should you wreck the bike.
Yeah,
but
which is kind of fair enough.
Which is kind of fair enough because when it comes to the UK, it's going to be a 40 grand bike, but it's 200 mile an hour, 200 brake horsepower with 200 mile range.
Yeah, and the thing is it going to be better to have a bike that does 120 miles an hour with a longer range? That would be my argument.
Oh, that would be my ideal.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to be.
When are you going to do over 100 miles an hour?
Yeah, when are you going to do 200 miles an hour? You know, I'd love the range.
Well, you should see Saddlebags videos. He'll give it a go.
Yeah, but you know, I love the bike. I'd love a bike with a range. You know, economy, fast charging, comfortable. You know, comfort is the first thing that you'd look for on a bike. Obviously, that's why I went for the GTR. But obviously, with Spicy doing that Energica, I think he charged it in about 40 minutes. He went off, had a cup of coffee, a pee, and sat around waiting for it, and it was a great bike. But
Yeah.
for 40
There's
grand
nothing in
price tag,
between at the moment, though, is there? With electric bikes, there's nothing. You
No.
can either go the top end or the low end. There's nothing in between. So maybe Honda and Suzuki and the like are going to fill that spot. Maybe.
I know. I was looking at anybody seen the Zero motorbikes?
Yeah, I've
range?
ridden one of them.
Yeah. And we've just got someone just come in the room. It's the man himself, Hell's on two wheels, Hellbelly. He's just popped in to say hello. So, just had surgery this morning, just woke up and recovered. Boy, get back to sleep, buddy. Just relax and chill out for 5 minutes. You know,
Speedy recovery.
Yeah, speedy recovery, buddy. If
Wilson.
I've been plugging this channel for the last 2 weeks. Hell's on two wheels. If you haven't seen his Harleys, go and check out his channel. He does a really good Instagram. I tend to be on his Instagram feed every day watching some of his photos of him and his wife just riding around, and his lad as well. Go check out Hell's on two wheels. Good to see you there, Hells. Quick one from Westham. We can't question the government stopping mods and complain if people push the limits. Exactly. You know, one of the guys that I know, and obviously I can't name him, Simon knows what I'm on about. He went and looked at getting a H2R road legal. He went to the local Kawasaki dealer and said, I want a H2R road legal. You can't have a H2R that is road legal because it is an off-road, you know, it's a track bike. Well, how do I make a H2R road legal? Well, you can't. Yeah, but how can I make it legal? And he asked Kawasaki all the questions. Said, but the only way to do it is to buy the H2R and buy the H2 and swap the parts. So he paid, I think it was 35 grand for the H2R. He paid another, I think it was 15 or 20 grand for the H2, and then paid Kawasaki another £10,000 to swap the H2 bits to the H2R, SVA it and make it road legal. And he's got the only road legal H2R in the country. He brought it into Super Sausage. Simon will know the story. It turned up at Super Sausage Cafe, and we could hear him coming from 2 miles away. I said to him, that sounds like a Kawasaki. And it pulled in, all silver, all carboned, and it pulled in. And he rolled it into the car park, shut it off, and it was like flies around a piece of dog poop. Everybody was looking at his bike. And they went, good God, what's that can you've got on? Custom built titanium rabbit can, 2.5 grand he spent on that. Everyone's looking around it, and he went, right, time to go. He was there for about 30 minutes. He fired the bike up, and to say it was loud, everybody in the cafeteria dropped their knife and fork on their plate. The whole cafeteria crapped their pants. Owner of the cafe come out and went, shut it down, walk it to the road, start it up and start it from the road. You're not starting it up in the car park. He's actually banned from bringing that into the car park now on full throttle or driving it in. He has to stop it on the road, walk it in and walk it out now because it is just so darn loud.
Yeah, this is burning gas just to hit more money than sense. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, his exhaust is more than I've ever spent on a bike.
I know. I think I've got a photo on my phone. Let me see if I can find the photo. I think I showed you the photo, didn't I, Simon?
Yeah.
Let me just go into.
Simon, are you not an electric fan then? You're not interested at all?
No. But I will insist that everybody goes and buys an electric vehicle or electric motorbike, because that means the petrol will last longer and I can keep riding my bike then.
Very, very true. Let me see if I can find this photo. It's got to be in here somewhere.
I'm a petrol head through and through. I just love the. Yeah. Sorry.
That's a bit like you saddlebags. I think.
There we go. So that is one of them. So that is the full thing with the rabbit can on it. If you can just about make that out on my phone. 2.5 grand titanium exhaust on that. More money than sense. And to say it's loud, my GTR's loud with the baffles out, and obviously Simon's is loud as well. But that thing is like 4 times the power of our bike. It's like, really, how are you going to ride that on a public road? You know, it's 0 to 60 in like 2.2 or 2.3. you know, it's not all about the speed; it's about the comfort. And Simon will tell you, because we do the super sausage run normally every couple of Sundays, and I'm used to absolutely hammering it down our local dual carriage. We've luckily in Milton Keynes, you've got a 14-mile dual carriageway just runs from where I live, Little Brick Hill, all the way down to Stony Stratford. So 14 miles of just pure dual carriageway, couple of twisties in it, and you can blam down there unless the coppers are sitting above the bridge. On my ZX7R, I tend to do a little bit of clock blur. And then the first time that I actually took the GTR out, and I said to Simon, I went, Jesus Christ. And he went, what's that? And I went, Stacey Bushes. And he went, yeah. I said, they're actually building houses. I said, I've never noticed that on the ZX7R, on the GTR. I turned to him, and he went, they've been building them houses for the last 6 months. It's just you're so fast on your ZX, you've not noticed that they built it. And that's the thing. We tend to poddle around at 70, 80 mile an hour. On my ZX, obviously I was hammering it down behind the screen, just going for it, because that's what you do on a sports bike. On a tourer, you tend to be, oh yeah, let's have a look around and see what's going. Quick one. It's a quick one. He's just getting the use out of the one bike. He uses the he's got the H2 that he tends to use all the time, but the H2R only comes out. He's one of these weird ones. He's a bit of a technophobe. He only brings it out if the temperature is above 20 degrees and he's promised dry weather, because he will not get his bike wet. And that's another thing. You get all these people, oh, you know, I'm a fair weather rider. I don't ride when it's raining, or I don't ride when it's snowing, or I don't ride when it's cold. It only comes out in the summer months. If you've got a motorcycle, you ride it all year round. You know, you get those that are fair weather riders go, oh, yeah, but I don't want to get my chrome dirty. I have to polish it and clean it when I get home. Well, you do that anyway with your bike.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And just incidentally about the weather, this morning was the first morning this year so far that I had to put on my heated jacket. It was cold this morning.
I was out at 7 o'clock this morning on a 125, and I got back, and the boss said to me, what are you doing? I went, I'm clicking the colour heater on in the office. I am absolutely bloody frozen. And it's the first time in ages that because obviously in the garage, we use oil burners that burn waste oil. And it's the first time in ages that I've actually fired up the 2 oil burners, because I was frozen today. And the mechanics were saying, it's freezing in here, because when we got the front door and the back door open, the wind just rips through the garage and straight out the back door. So my poor mechanics were absolutely frozen today, and I had 2 jackets on today, and I was still cold. Bless them. Good old
Weston.
Oh, good one, Weston. If you've not seen Weston's latest video, that's quite a good video. Go and watch Weston on his latest video. That's a really, really good one. A couple of the ones that I'm following on YouTube, and obviously I sub to a lot of bikers. There's one that I've really, really gone off, and obviously I was a member, and I'm looking at cancelling my membership. And does anybody follow Dan the Fireman?
Yeah,
I found him very difficult to. He's very opinionated. He's not always correct in his feelings, and very arrogant as well. There's a certain level of arrogance there as well, and he basically just wants to sell you his little rescue kit.
Yeah, I've picked up on that, and obviously over the last couple of weeks, because I do follow a lot of his obviously crash things, and obviously with my Simon will know about this, the Motorcycle Roadcraft Handbook, which I have been studying to obviously do my ROSPA test. Yeah,
it's never far away. Yeah,
I'm still reading mine. But he tends to, it's like, oh yeah, but if his phone's come away from his bike, if he'd have got a whatever mount on his thing,
mount or whatever it is, quad lock mount, yeah,
and he's just ramming this mount down your phone, and it's like, oh yeah, but if he'd have got this trauma pack, and I'm like, right, that's it, I've had enough. I'm still subscribed, but I've actually taken off my paid subscription because I can't be dealing with it anymore. It's like how much can you push your channel before you start saying, oh, you know, oh, I'm going to promote this, I'm going to promote this, I'm going to promote this, and it really gets my goat at the moment.
Don't forget, he promotes his headset every day, which is brilliant, and he
Oh, yeah.
promotes this every video, and he's got about 5 or 6 things he promotes every video. You get him in there one way or another. But
that's when channels go down the plug, I think, when they start plugging things.
You see, because obviously people say to me, you know, obviously we follow your YouTube channel, but I tend to steer people to the website. Because obviously the website has got, if you go into my sort of social media links, I say to people, just go to revbomb.co.uk, everything you need is in there. And it's got the links to the garage, it's got the links to the bike website where you can go and view the bikes. And people go, oh yeah, but you've got paid, you know, you've got all these people at the bottom that you recommend. I went, yeah, one is my bike valeter, which is obviously JM Auto Clean. He does a very, very good, what we call a Cerakote or diamond wax. And he actually charges really, really good money. He does my bike every other week for me. And he's like, it doesn't need it. I only did it 2 weeks ago. I don't care. Clean my bike again. Give it another coating. I like my bike absolutely pristine. And then the other one that I do promote is obviously the boss's son. And everyone says, oh, yeah, but yeah, that's the boss's son. Taylor, that owns Taytech, he's a very, very good paint sprayer, but he does all our wheel refurbs for us in-house. But he's obviously got his own company. Being the boss's son, he is my bike technician. He does all my, well, Simon's met Taylor anyway. But Taylor is very, very gifted for a young lad that is 22 to be so up to par on servicing big bikes, paint spraying, you know, doing car modifications. He can remap a car in seconds. For someone of that age to be so gifted, you know, he is very, very good. And I've said to people, you know, check this guy out. He does some really good paint spraying. If you want some of this done, but yeah, but you advertise him on your website. Yeah, but he advertises me on his website. You know, if you want to buy a bike, go speak to RevBomb. RevBomb is in the know. Yes, I'm very, very nerdy when it comes to Kawasaki's, Yamahas, Hondas, and whatever. I know my bikes back to front. If someone says, oh, you know, I've got a Honda CBR 600, oh, it's 204 HF filter, or I've got a Kawasaki, but oh, it's a 303 filter. I know my filters back to front. I know what oil goes in a bike, but it's just what you learn over the years. Same as Exeter, he knows his bikes inside now. And he will, yeah, but he will, you know, he will know what this bike will do, what he can push the limits to on it, what the tires are like, what he would recommend. A lot of people say to me, you know, oh, what's a touring tire? Simon will say the same, you know, oh, I don't do many sort of cornering miles, but I just tend to go up and down the road. Bridgestone, BTO 23s, BMW touring tire. It's a standard touring tire. What's the best tire to put on a GTR 1400? Pirelli Angel GT, because it's got a harder sidewall and it's a little bit stronger on the rear end.
No, and it's also got it's dual compound,
and it's 2CT, yeah. So
that's
you
what
know,
they have on the Vogue 500, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So Pirelli Angels are on the Vogue 500
tires.
Yeah. Great tire, harder sidewall, lot harder wearing, 2CT, bit softer for cornering, and it, you know, people tend to know if you tend to speak to the people. If you go on to some of like the forums that are on Facebook or the owners clubs, you tend to get the people in there that really know their stuff, or the people that are you know, bit of bullshit. Oh yeah, I'll use this. Or we had someone on the ZX7R forum the other day, and I'm still on it because obviously I've still got my ZX7R. What's the best tire to stick on a ZX7R if I want to get a really good low down corner? And I said to him, you're not going to go better than obviously I use Pilot 3s on mine. Pilot 5s are the new one out, and I've tested Pilot 5s. They are so bloody sticky. I've worn out 2 sets of knee sliders getting my Kawasaki down on a roundabout, and I've had it knee down at 30 mile an hour round a roundabout. And they went, how do you get a bike down at 30 mile an hour knee down? I went, go and watch the YouTube videos of the police riders putting a big pan-European around a corner at 30 mile an hour, and they're scraping the panniers on the floor. It's all down to how you corner, how you ride, and throttle and clutch and brake response. You know, anybody can get a bike knee down. It's how you do it safely and not stupidly.
And I learned from you and Simon on the motorcycle roadcraft, keep the revs up, keeps the gyroscopic effect going, and it's something I'll bear in mind.
Yeah, it's always good.
Never knew that before.
At some point as well, while you're cornering, it's like sex. You just got to trust the rubber, haven't you?
Well, Simon will tell you, because I actually went out to a ride. I think it was about 4 weeks ago, and Nick that was there, and he is the head Rosper rider, and he went, "Your tyre," he said, "your tyre's bloody illegal." And I went, "Why is that?" He said, "It's like a 50p piece." And I went, "What do you mean?" He went, "You've got loads of tread in the middle. Your sidewalls are missing." I went, "Yeah, poor me." I've actually taken my sidewalls off completely, where I've been pushing that GTR too hard into roundabouts. So I've got another set of Pirelli Angels coming this week. So we shall get them put on the bike this week. By the time I get around to them, I think it's 3 weeks is my next ride, Simon, where we're doing the training ride.
Yeah.
So I shall have a new set of rubber on that, but I'm going to need to wear them in. So see how long it is before I can manage to wear my sidewalls away.
One Sunday ride out with Nick, and they'll be scrubbed in. You'll have no problem there.
Exactly. Yeah. So well, it was all down to tyre pressures, because obviously I'd been putting 34 in the front and 36 in the rear. I'm wondering why it handled like an absolute pig, and I was having to push the bike through the corners until Simon said to me, 42, 42. Yeah, standard GTR thing, 42, 42. You've got to keep your tyre pressures up on those. And we did the social ride Sunday, and how many times did I say to you that bike just pushed itself through the corner on its own? Yeah. I just let the bike do its own thing, and it just tracked through them corners absolutely perfectly.
It's such a well-balanced bike with a low centre of gravity. It knows its heritage. It's Kawasaki, comes from a racing heritage. It's the same basic frame and engine as the ZZR 14. And it just, it's just effortless riding, effortless cornering.
Exactly. Couple of channels that I want to catch up on, and obviously I follow a lot of channels on YouTube. If you've not followed Bikes, Beards and Brews, that is another good one to watch. He actually goes out to the house that was filmed for Batman Arkham Asylum, and it turns out it's a mental hospital.
Oh.
Yeah, out in America. So it's a mental hospital, but all the residents are all buried in the lots, and it's just like patient 41, patient 42. There's no name to them. So that is a really good one to watch. So I sat watching that this morning at about 6 o'clock this morning. I'm like sitting there with a cup of tea going, "Oh, okay." Right.
Sounds like a good place to go after midnight, doesn't it?
But the thing is, he's got the creepy music in the background as well. So it's like, it's interesting. I think it's only about a 10-minute video, 10-15-minute video. But Bikes, Beards and Brews, Arkham Asylum, that's a really good one. Military Biker and obviously Salty and Sprinkles did their one. Teapot One did one this week. He was getting dirty with Dorothy. He's been out on Dorothy again. The one that really, really hacks me off, and I don't know if anybody follows his channel, is Moto Jitsu.
Never heard of it.
No.
Go and have a look at Moto Jitsu, and it's like, you can ride your bike a lot faster. You can do this with your bike. You can do this with your bike. And I'm like,
oh, one of those.
Yeah. And he's like, how to corner correctly, blah blah. This, you can do this with your bike. You can do that with your bike. I watched one this morning. I'm like, really? Get over yourself. It's a huge channel. Let me just see if I can find his channel up, and I'll pull it up. Yeah, his latest one, why I don't rev match anymore. And he's saying that rev matching your bike down through the gearbox is bad.
No way.
Oh, well, he sounds like the expert, so I believe him. Yeah,
just click it into gear and let the clutch out. Click it into gear.
So he wants to lock up his back wheel?
Yeah. If you watch any of my videos, and I always say to anybody on my videos, I tend to rev match down, which is where I get all the pops and the crackles from. But you're actually getting the right revs for the right gear at the right time. Exeter, you know, riding big bikes all the time.
Yeah. You got to match it. Yeah, I've got a. So I got in the garage at the moment. Harley Davidson. I should know this. Street Bob. I've got in the garage at the moment, and that thing, if you got engine braking, it'll chuck you off the front.
Exactly. Yeah. But this guy's like, why I don't rev match anymore? So yeah, it's Moto.
He's clutching its straws.
Moto Jitsu. He's called JITSU. But the thing is, he's got 240,000 subscribers.
Wow. Well, I guess it's titles that are grabbing people, isn't it? Really, how to be? Oh, I want to be faster, you know.
Yeah, he's obviously he's analytic, but
playing the YouTube game basically.
Yeah. And then his last 6, and I'm like, really? Throttle control and trail braking explained. Embarrassing things we've all done. What's the best skill you've got on your motorcycle? How to get your knees down on a sports bike? Where to put your helmet when you park up?
Where to put your
well, hopefully you make sure it's tucked away, but you know.
This comes back to the rubber again.
Yes, either put it in your top box or stick it on the back seat. But and then let me just go.
Has he got?
The thing is that content like that is evergreen, because whether it's 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, people will still watch that type of video because of the headline. So it is.
It's all about the analytics and, you know, the what you can do. What happens if you brake in the middle of a turn? Is
you
the
die.
That's a complicated one, isn't it?
is what's the best motorcycle ever made? Is it BMW R1250? I think the BMW 1250 is one of the best touring bikes out, but Simon will know is I personally hate the bike. I hate the Boxer engine. I do not love a BMW Boxer engine.
Can't stand it.
It's but it's probably one of the best selling touring bikes out there, but I just can't stand it. Are smaller bikes safer on the highway for 125s?
Has he got a wheelie tutorial yet? I'm sure he must have tried that.
Let me have a look.
I might watch that.
Yes. How to wheelie your bike without dropping it. Oh, there we go.
I got a few views.
Yeah, how to safely pass other cars or motorcycles. What do you do if you sneeze inside your crash helmet?
Usually end up having to wipe the inside of the crash helmet.
Wipe the inside of your visor. Motorcycle cornering tip, and it's all down to, you know, how he's worded it. Beginner ride. Tips for beginner riders, motorcycle cornering, how to brake in the middle of a corner. And Simon will tell you, I am an absolute pain in the arse for trail braking. Absolute pain in the arse for trail braking.
I'm just going to run you over one day. So
I tend to do a couple of rides a year with our local CBT rider, and obviously the person that I ride, I'm not going to mention his name. He knows who he is. He tends to watch my feeds. Rides out of Milton Keynes. You know who I'm on about, Simon. Milton Keynes Bowl. He's a very, very well-known CBT instructor, but he does DAS courses, and he does what's called an experienced rider scheme. So you go out. I tend to do it because obviously I ride a lot of bikes for the garage. So I tend to do my experienced rider thing twice a year. And I can guarantee you within the first 500 yards and getting into the first roundabout at the Milton Keynes Bowl, he's on his headset, on his intercom to me, get off your fucking brake. And I went, why? You're trail braking going in. I tend to trail brake the back end going into a corner every time, the front or back end. And the amount of times that I've been into a roundabout on the ZX and my back end is sliding across the roundabout where I drift the back end and get the power on. And he went, well, you stop doing that. Yeah, but it's just bad track habits. I've got so many bad track habits because I've done so many tracks all year that I tend to trail brake into every corner. And he went, you cannot do that on a big cruising bike. First weekend out with Simon. How badly did I stitch the first corner?
I don't want to embarrass you, and I've still got the footage.
Yeah. Went into the corner, trail braked. Oh crap, the curb's coming up. Understeer, get some counter steer on it. A lot. I did save it, but yeah, trail braking does not work on a touring bike. Works on a sport. It was amusing. Yeah, it does not work on a. So obviously, hence why I said to Simon, I need more training. Get out on the Rosper ride. But obviously, it's, as I say, I am not the best. I've done 40 years of bike riding. I'm not the best rider in the world. I would never ever call myself the best bike rider in the world. Simon is a par above me because obviously he's used to riding his GTR and he's done Rosper courses. But it's like me going back to CBT and learning to ride a 125 on a touring bike. I've got to learn everything from scratch all over again. And I've done, I think it's 3 or 4 rides with Nick and the crew now. And each time I go out with him, it's a learning experience. He absolutely put, the last time I think we went to H Cafe in Oxford, and he absolutely ripped me to shreds, leaving the bike in gear when I'm sitting at traffic lights. I left the bike in gear. No, get your bike out of gear. Going round corners, and he went, you cross the white line on the, you cross the white line in the road about 4 or 5 times. Yeah, but I took the racing line. Can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that on a touring bike. Rosper ride, you have to stay on your side of the road. Obviously, left-hand corner, move out to the right. Right-hand corner, move out to the left. He said, you're sitting dead bang every time going into the corner, and right at the last minute, you're shifting through the gears. Too many revs on the bike, or not enough revs on the bike. And he actually told me, he said, on your tourer, when you roll into a corner, instead of going through it in 3rd or 4th gear, come down to 2nd, get your revs up to about 3,000. The bike will sail through that corner. And it proved the point last Sunday when we did the ride. I listened to everything. I took it all on board, listened to it, and I actually rolled the bike around. Most of the corners I did were about 3,500 RPM. And I just sat there letting the bike do its own thing. And I said to him at the end of the ride, I went, Nick, I can't believe how good that bike rides. And he went, why? I went, got me revs down. I said, the bike just took me on its own corner. And he went, there you go. It just proves the point. So someone with a bit more experience is obviously Nick's a bit older than me, but taken on board,
I've got a question for you. Does it ever get too intense, all that? Do you ever get to the point where you think, I'm not enjoying the ride now because I have to think of all this stuff? Or
we got to Super Sausage. I think we'd been out about an hour and a half, Simon.
It was closer to 2 hours, but yeah,
closer to 2 hours. And I did say to Simon when I went, do you know what? I am absolutely bloody drained. That is such an intense ride for 2 hours. I'm just because I actually headed off early because I said, I'm going to go home early. I'm going to take the bike back to the garage, going to go home, spend the afternoon with the wife. And I got home and she went, how was your ride? How was your ride? I went, you know what? It feels like I've been riding all day. It feels like I've had a full day at the garage for a 2-hour ride because your brain is going 110%. Your body's working every single pedal, cog, lever, whatever. And your eyes are all over the place. There was another thing that he taught me, obviously, limit point. And he said to me, what's your limit point? And I went, what, how far I can push the bike? And he went, no, limit point, how far you can see to the end of the road. He said, where do you normally look? And I went, about 200-300 yards in front of me. He went, no, you should be looking to the furthest point you can see. So it's 1, 2, nearest one, 3, 4. And then your 5 is your near side mirror. Clocks is 6. Outside mirror is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should be doing that all the time. And I found myself actually taking that on board, and I'm boom, 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 boom. Every 10, 15 seconds, I'm doing limit point, boom, 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 boom. Scanning.
Are you doing this as well, Simon? Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's like a I mean, I ride every day. I clock up 400 miles a week just commuting.
Oh dear. Right.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm on my bike every day, and it's something.
Get rid of him.
Just ban him from the channel.
He can't even make a green tea.
No.
And it's something you do all the time. You just get so used to doing it, you start doing it without thinking about it. It's like every time you slow down and brake, I mean, not only are you looking at the mirrors, you're checking over your shoulder. You're looking to the sides at side roads as you're passing them. What's there? What isn't there?
It's good habits rather than falling into bad habits.
Yeah.
Basically, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I went out on a Rosper motorcycle ride, we was actually out on the road for 7 hours.
Cool.
And we did 7 counties, and it was with a very experienced ex-policeman called Paul Fowler. And we got to about 6 hours, 35 minutes, and I completely ballsed up a corner, going into a corner, ended up on the wrong side of the road and everything. And he just came on the radio and he went, "And now you know what it feels like to be tired. I'm coming past, follow me." And it was one of those days. It was one of those days like, wow. But he thought I could keep going, which is why he let me keep going. It was just all of a sudden, it all went wrong in one corner. And he said,
that was probably what he was waiting for.
Yeah, and he said, and that is what tiredness feels like. So you now know what it feels like. You can recognise it. It's not going to happen again, is it? You're going to stop next time. I went, yeah, because he kept going. Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm going, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. No, I wasn't fine.
Quick one from Al. He said, "Why do people follow these channels? Just obviously they're doing it just to obviously gain the viewers, gain the money, and gain the responses from the people. As I always say, forget all these big bike channels. Go and watch the smaller riders." Because the smaller riders will have more experience. If you've seen, I'm going to crack at Exeter's going to hate me saying this, but obviously, Exeter knows who Adam is because he's ruined half a dozen of his videos. But Adam rides that Bandit, and Adam's quite a good rider. But obviously Dennis has said to me again, different views on bikes in gear or in neutral when at lights. As the Rosper boy said to me, every time, if you stop for more than 10, 15 seconds, hook your bike out of gear. And he proved the point to me. If you actually watch my bike crash, if you roll back to April on my feet where I get smacked up the backside, I actually have the bike in gear. When I get hit from behind, you see how far that bike scoots across the road because the bike's in gear. I drop the clutch, even though I had the front brake and rear brake on, I'm off the back of the bike. The bike goes across the road on its own. You're on a big bike and you grab a handful of throttle. When you come off that bike and drop that clutch, that bike is going to scoot across. What's to say it's not going to go into the opposing lane, take a car out and kill a family?
And don't forget, if you've got a back box on, it's taking you for a ride because you ain't falling off the back of it.
Exactly. So so they always say put the bike in neutral. Nick's taught me that all the time. So I obviously on the Sunday ride, and he actually said to me, he said, "Oh, it makes a change to you actually see you," because I was putting my arms out, shaking my hands because I got vibration coming up through the handlebars. And he said, "It's actually good to see you shaking your hands and the bike is out of gear." He said, "So you've learnt something there." Yeah. But obviously the other couple of things was I've actually got my lane positioning right. I've got a long way to go until I'm even going to think about doing this Rosper course. And people say, oh yeah, but you're spending all the training is free. It's £25 a year membership. I actually gave Nick 30 quid and said to him, keep the change, because I don't think 25 quid a year is ample enough for training for Rosper.
Keep the change. He's going to spend it on donuts.
He is going to spend it on donuts, but I'd be happy paying £50 a year just to get that extra training in. And people say to me, why do you do the training? At the end of the day, we all want to be better riders. There's going to be that one time where you chuck yourself into a corner or there's a car coming, you think, I just wish I'd got some extra training, and that's going to stop me from, we're not surrounded by a huge metal cage. We're on a bike. Everyone else is surrounded by a huge metal cage in the car. We only get one shot at it. A car driver, you can have a bump and, oh yeah, it's just a scratch, it's just a dink. Yeah, to us it could be a broken leg, broken arm, game over for us. So
yeah,
that's
Rosper actually stands for the Royal Society of Prevention of Accidents. So the idea is to teach you to ride so you can recognise where the danger's from and avoid it and not be involved in the accident in the first place. I've been out with many riders that say, I ride like this, I ride like that, and if anything happens, I'm in the right. Brilliant. While you're laying in that hospital bed in traction, knowing you was right is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful feeling. It takes all the pain away. No, it don't. The best idea is not to be in that position in the first place. So that's what it's all about. Exactly. Let's avoid those accidents.
And
but save lives.
Yeah, and the thing obviously I picked up, and Nick picked up on it as well. We were driving down the dual carriageway, occupying position 3, and then Nick said to me, he said, "I could see you in your mirror every time a car come. You was down at position 1, and then you'd move back out when the car went past you." And I went, "Yeah, because that's what you told me to do. Because what happens if that car's a little bit nearer to you, or he's on his mobile phone and he drifts into position 3? He's going to take you out if you've got panniers on the back. So get out the way of the car, let him go past, move back out to your center position." I went, "Yeah."
Think about your bubble.
Yeah, think about your safety bubble around you. And he said to me, he said, "The other thing I picked up on you was," he said, "we were going through a lot of country lanes, side junction from the left. And obviously, we're normally in position 1 or 3, depending on what the corner is." He said, "Every time you come up to a junction," he said, "you were moving away from the junction." And I went, "You told me that again, stay away from the junction in case that car is sticking its nose out." And he said to me, he said, "You are learning, but you've got a long way to go. You've got a hell of a long way to go." And I said to him, "Yeah," I said, "I'm not going to learn it overnight. It's going to be a learning curve for me. But you know, every time I see Nick, I say to him, I've really enjoyed today. I've had a great day today. Thanks for the advice. It's learning. But obviously I'm not going to be a fantastic rider. I never assumed to be the best rider in the world. But the only reason I want to do it, I want to better myself, make myself a better rider. And the last thing I want to do is make myself try and avoid killing myself. And that's all you can do if you ride a bike. It's not you on the road. It's the other 120,000 other idiots that drive a car, or or drive a bus or drive a lorry that don't see you.
What is there? Is there 20 million or 30 million cars on the road in the UK? There's a lot of them.
Exactly.
And I actually, when I used to teach CVTs and riding schools, and I always used to tell them, don't think of other car drivers as car drivers. Think of them as assassins. They're all out to get you.
Exactly.
So you got to watch out for them. And,
exactly. New bikers in the stream. Good to see you, new biker. I haven't seen him for absolutely. I've got questions. Question for Saddlebags for 20-foot oak tree. I'll let you answer that one.
Chainsaw.
Those drugs are strong, aren't they?
Nail file, yeah.
Quick one. I've just posted up the StreamYard link if anybody wants to jump in. We're doing all right tonight. Blimey, I'm nearly 1 3/4 hours in. I didn't think I'd last tonight. I've got
yeah. Just think, 18 minutes in, Red Bomb said, "I'm going to bed in a minute. It's going to be a short one tonight."
Yeah.
It just needed a cigarette.
Saddlebags to it.
I had a cigarette. I had a cigarette and a quick glass of milk. So
Bit of nicotine sorted you out.
Yeah, cigarette and lactose. There you go. That's how you keep Red Bomb awake.
Yeah. The only thing is, she's buggered off to her mother's now for the evening. She went, "Oh, if you're live streaming, I'm going to mum's for the night."
Well, my significant other, she has now gone to bed because she's got work in the morning, so I can have a lay in. And my son's just turned up on his little 125 home from work, and he's going up to his room now as well. So yeah, I can stay up as late as I want and have as many beers as I want.
Someone's just asked Epic Adam to jump in. Adam, get yourself in the stream. Bring your bandit in the stream, mate. come and heckle exit a rider, because we know you're best friend. One video I've got to push this video. I think it was your outtakes with Epic Adam in it. It's doing really well at the moment.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't looked at it actually. I'm just been too busy editing day in, day out. Yeah. And that's why I personally, I don't really get time to watch other videos really, because you're just so busy all the time, aren't you?
Exactly, but, yeah. This poor old Adam. Yeah. Like, what a bloke to ruin your video in the background going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Typical Adam. I've got to remove. I'm going to have a go at one of his videos one day. Go down there and just ruin one of his videos for him.
Yeah.
Well, I did offer last time as well. You got to actually do a ride review on my bike for me, Red Bomb.
Yeah, we should.
Let you go out on it.
Yeah, we'll swap bikes for the day.
No, you can just ride mine. I'll just sit there and drink coffee. That's fine.
Oh, all right. You come down. I'll let you out. I'll let you out on the one of the 125s.
I'd rather no. I won't. I'm not going. No. I'm not going. I've done my lifetime on 125cc's.
I've got one for you. This is absolutely hilarious. What do you think of quad bikes?
Hate them.
I love them.
Okay.
Hate them. Death traps. They have no warning before they tip over, and then they put you in hospital.
I don't like them on road, but off road, I think they're fantastic.
Off road,
Brilliant.
Even more dangerous than on road. Ask who's the Brummie bleeding singer? What's his name? Used to live down Cheshire way.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne. Ask Ozzy.
Oh, yeah.
I worked at many years ago. I worked at the ambulance service, and when he had his accident on his quad bike, and yeah, ask him how good quad bikes are.
Yeah. And Rick Mail.
Rick Mail.
Well, I can't ask him, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, you probably could if you get a little wooden board out, but yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
That's all right. We had one in this week, and he obviously pulled on the yard. He said, "Oh, do you service quad bikes?" "No, mate. Don't touch quads with a barge pole." Oh, it just needs a carb tune. And I went, "We don't get involved in it." And he went, "Oh, yeah, but it's."
Oh wait. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's Epic Adam
That's
trying
all
to
right.
ring me. He's not joking, he's trying to ring me.
He said, yeah, but it's a motorcycle engine in it. I don't care. Well, it's a Yamaha R6 engine in it. Yeah. Well, it only needs carb balance. We don't service quad bikes or do anything with quad bikes. Oh, yeah, but it's not a quad bike. It's a bike engine. It's an R6 engine. Which bit of we don't service quad bikes do you not get?
Which bits of go away did you not understand?
Yeah. And he went, "Oh, is there anyone that can service it?" And obviously, I spoke to John out at Drayton Parslow.
Western Super Motor Vlogs trying to phone me now.
Yeah.
Next time, Red Bomb. There is a place in Buckingham on the industrial estate up there that does nothing
you've
but
got
quad bikes.
you've got Hollands. You know who John is at Hollands.
Oh yeah.
I sent him out to Hollands. I said to him,
fair
go out to Drayton Parslow, speak to the guys at Hollands, and ask for John. Half an hour later, I get a phone call from John. He went, "Have you just sent a freaking R6 quad to me?" And I went, "Yeah, you can do the carb tune." And he went, "Oh," he said, "the guy would not give up. Can you? It's an R6 motor, mate. Can you tune me carbs?" And he went, "We don't do quads." "Oh, well, this garage has sent me to." "Yeah, but we don't tune quad engines, mate." "Yeah, but it's an R6. And he went, "All right." He said, "We'll tune it, but it's going to be 300 quid. "All right."
Oh, well, then take his money.
I said, how long did it take you to tune up his carbs? And he went, "About 45 minutes, mate." And he went, he paid 300 quid for it.
Wow.
Nice earner.
I was like, happy days. He went, "Next time I see you, I owe you a pint."
Yeah.
I went, "Do you want me to send you any?" He said, "If you send me any effing more quads."
Hate quads. Can't stand them.
Yeah, can't. He went, "Do not send me any more quads." A quick one from New. What do you think of electric scooters? They're all right, actually, if you want to do 30 mile an hour and get knocked off.
I don't know if you know, but Noob has got an electric scooter. He's got a Super Socko.
Now
CBX.
they're not bad. They're not bad.
They're right, aren't they?
Yeah. The Lexmoto, the Impulse is pretty good. Yania G5, they're all right. The one thing that obviously and obviously we're a Lexmoto dealer, and I tend to be very, very open in my reviews. The Lexmoto Echo, 14 seconds to get to 30 mile an hour. If you're at the front of a queue and you're on a 50cc, you are holding that traffic back. If you're on electric, it's probably about 7-8 seconds to get up to 30. They're pretty darn quick. So electric scooters, yeah, they're pretty good, but they are limited to 30 mile an hour. If you're on a
Lexmoto make one that goes up to 45.
They do the Impulse that does 45.
Is that the Impulse? Is it right?
No, that's the Impulse. Yeah.
Right. New bikers saying he can't make up his mind. I'll make up your mind for you. Don't buy it. It's electric. subject.
Buy a bicycle. You'll probably
Buy
get
a bicycle and some lycra. You will not be disappointed. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. What do they call it? The old pouch
Mammal.
at the front. Yeah, camel pouch
No,
at the front.
you become a mammal, don't you? A middle-aged
Yeah.
man in lycra. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But yeah, the electric scooters aren't that bad. The Cockstar 60, yeah, they have got a new one out. Lexmotor have just released the LS, I think it's called the LS08 or LX08. That's pretty shifty. The thing is, with all these electric scooters, they all look the same. There's nothing that really sort of grabs your attention, goes, look at me, I'm a 50cc electric scooter. They're all bog standard, horrible panels on them. Really doesn't, for what they do for 16 for a year, yeah, but wait till you get to 17, get yourself a 125 and get yourself a Mod 2.
But that's the problem at the moment, is that they can either do silly speed, so it's 30 miles an hour, isn't it? And then a few in between, it's 45 miles an hour. But once they bring out bikes that are doing 60 with a 150-mile range, then it's more likely to happen, I think.
The thing is, obviously, when, and I'm rolling back a few years. I don't know what everybody. Simon's about just short of my age. When I did my bike test, I went straight from 16 to 250, and obviously did my test straight away. Passed first time, flew through it. But a lot of people obviously were doing the 250s, riding around on L plates and killing themselves. Now, for instance, the original motocross team that used to ride out of Milton Keynes, we were known as the Magnificent Seven because we were great game. We were all known as the best motocross riders in Milton Keynes. Within all of us reaching 17, going from schoolboy to senior motocross, first 2 months, my mate Mark, out at Simon knows most of these locations. Willen Lake, went swimming with his girlfriend, drowned in Willen Lake. That was number 1. Number 2, me mate Mark, the other mate Mark, come flying down the A5 towards Brickhill. Took the roundabout too hard, slid it into the roundabout, head first into the curb. He got wiped out, so he was bike number 2. Number 3 stepped out in front of his bike and a taxi on the Lakes Estate, on the road there before they had the traffic lights, and he knows where the traffic lights are. Wiped out for a taxi. I stuffed my bike into met Mini on a hairpin bend. Luckily, I survived it, but obviously pinned knee and everything. That was number 4. And the other 3 all smashed into vans doing over 100 mile an hour. Stuffed their bikes up at over 100 miles an hour. So out of the 7 riders, there are only 2 of us left, me and Mark. And obviously Mark still rides bikes for a living. I still ride bikes for a living. But hence why they brought in that CBT rule at 125, because so many riders were stepping straight from 250 to unlimited CC. And obviously I went 900, 1300, never had an issue with it because I'd obviously ridden from a very early age. But those that hadn't went straight to powerful bikes, killed themselves on them. And obviously the Widowmaker, the Fireblade, was the one that came out in the 90s. Everybody had a Fireblade and went out and killed themselves on it.
Yeah.
So why the 125 rule came in, and obviously now the 125s aren't getting up to speed fast enough, and we're having the same thing again. People are killing themselves on bikes because they can't get out the way of cars that are moving at high speed.
Yeah, well, I always used to tell people, if you can't judge a vehicle of the speed of the vehicle coming towards you, would you walk across the road in front of it? If the answer's no, then don't pull out.
And we had another one, obviously, Bikers MK page this week, another one at Pear Tree Bridge, Simon. Yeah. That junction is notorious. That's taken, I think, 5 people in the last year.
Yeah, maybe 2 years. Yeah, it's taken a lot. But
it's taken a few lives this year, but and obviously all the junctions. If you don't know Milton Keynes is known as Roundabout City. It's literally 70 mile an hour dual carriageways all across the city with roundabouts between it. But between every roundabout, you have intersection where you can actually cut right and cut across the dual carriageway into housing estates.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, well, they need to cancel. They need to close all of them.
I think, we were talking about it today, and I said to them, they need to close those intersections, send people up to the roundabout and round the roundabout if you want to come back onto the estate.
Who in their right mind turns right across a 70-mile-an-hour road, or would you do it across a motorway?
Exactly.
No chance, yeah.
We've got one in Exeter down towards Tedburn, and the amount of people that have to be cut out their cars, crossing that, it's just crazy. And yet it's still there after all these years. It never makes sense to me.
No, I think all right-hand turns across dual carriageways should be closed. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got some that are open buses only, but come on, it's a bloody bus that's now trying to get across a 70-mile-an-hour road.
Yeah.
How many people do you want to put in danger? No, I'd say close them all. There's a roundabout. It's a half-mile grid system. So there's a roundabout. If there's a junction there to turn right, you want to turn right. If you go a quarter of a mile up the road, you can come round the roundabout and then turn left into the estate quite safely. Do it that way.
Exactly.
That's my opinion anyway. Yeah. You got me standing on my bloody soapbox again, didn't you? You did it last week. You're doing it again this week.
Yeah, but the other one, I'm going to pull you up. Bletchley bus station.
Oh crikey! That
back in 2 ticks.
Yeah.
You come up to obviously coming from our garage up to the first roundabout by Lidl's.
Yeah.
Turn left, and you're into the 30 at Bletchley bus station.
Yep.
How many people do 30 down that dual carriageway?
One, me.
Yeah, me.
That's 2 of us then.
Yeah, I went out on a ride this morning. I was out on a ride test this morning. Police speed van sitting there, and obviously I've come down the road at 30, and in my rear view mirrors, dunk, 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 dunk. You can see the camera flashing. I'm like, you're nicked. You're nicked. Yeah, and everybody's doing 40, 45 down there because the problem is the signage is awful. Yeah,
you've got a section of road that's about a quarter of a mile long, just prior to that is 70 mile away, 70 mile an hour dual carriageway. It's insane because at that end it's 40 mile an hour, at this end it's 30 mile an hour, and it's literally a quarter of a mile long, this section of road. And because it's international speed limit applies and it's a dedicated dual carriageway, the speed limit on there is 70 mile an hour. Now I go, and there's a lovely right-hand, left-hand bend. It's really great to get the bike up to speed, the GTR at the speed on. If you can hit 70 before the right-hand bend, you're going to ride that through all love. It's going to be nice. Anyway, people are still thinking, oh, right, dual carriageways, yeah, carry on. And I've had people hurtling past me past the bus station. Yeah, they just don't care.
Well, and it is a 30, and people don't realise that.
Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I hate it.
Typical, but obviously Milton Keynes is renowned as obviously one of the fastest cities in the country. For getting
except between the hours of 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning.
8 and 9 o'clock, unless of course you're using the A5D in the outside gate. It's there's another one, and obviously the other road is known as obviously the rat run between Stoke Hammond down to the back of Leighton Buzzard now, because obviously it used to be the old single track road that went down twisty turny Stoke Hammond. Yes. And they've obviously
past the Three Locks pub, lovely
past
road.
The Three Lock pub, and they've obviously put this new dual carriageway in now. And our mechanic Keith, and he obviously comes from Wingrave back to Milton Keynes and goes back there every night. And he tends to be a very, very good rider. Sits at 70 all the way down the dual carriageway. And I went, yeah, but that's a great bit of road to run because you've got 2 mile of just pure dead straight road just to gun that bike open. And he went, if you knew the amount of police that just sit in the lay-by, he said there's normally 3 or 4 marked cars that all sit in that lay-by 8 o'clock in the morning, one after the other. He said they're all pulling out and just chasing cars down just to catch them for speeding. Yeah, you should be out nicking burglars, protecting the public, mate, not just nicking speeding cars.
They don't do that. That's traffic. They don't do that. They leave that to normal policemen.
Exactly. Yeah. He's having a dig at exit.
He's right.
That's right. That's
He's
right.
right.
Exit. Oh, I'm going to join you in a minute. Don't worry.
No, don't join me.
No, not literally, but yeah.
Not literally.
okay, yeah.
No. Adam, you need to get you coming on the stream, Adam, and come and join us. We can all have a rib about how you ride a
Yeah, come on,
Suzuki
Adam,
Bandit.
let's do it. And Western.
Yeah, and Western.
And new biker.
Oh, news here as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of quick ones. I'm going to mention another couple of channels. Obviously, Rhythmic Biker, which is Grant, and Uncle Red, which is Michael. They're a couple of local Milton Keynes bikers. They actually went out to the local, I think it was Aylesbury they went to or something, but they went to the local Harley dealer. Now,
there's one in Watford and one in Oxford.
that's
so
it.
it's
Oh,
one
it
of
might
them.
be the one in Watford, Simon. Yeah. Now, obviously, Grant rides a Triumph. It's not I think it's either a street triple or a speed triple. I think it's a speed triple. But Grant's bike is really nice. And I said to him, what was it like? Because he rode the live wire and he rode, I think it was a big Road King or Dynaglide or something. And I went, what was it like? He said it was like an armchair. He said, but once you got that thing rolling, he said, I can't believe how comfortable it was. And I went, oh, really? He went, yeah. He said, we had about 3 or 4 Harleys and they'd obviously paid for days riding. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, it was a sprint. Thanks, Adam. He knows who Grant is. But obviously, Grant's partner bought the LX-S from us, Kinjal. So she came out. We did give him a little bit of preferential treatment. I did make sure that bike was absolutely spot on for him. And Grant's obviously ridden it. She dropped it last week or the week before, but a couple of scratches on it. Things happen when you're a new rider. Easily replaceable. But they went out and the pair of them rode the Harleys now. But if you've not seen Uncle Red's Vulcan, now I've ridden that Vulcan about 3 or 4 times now on test rides in and out of our garage because it's coming for certain bits. But that is such a beautiful cruiser bike and it is so comfortable. I can't believe how good the Vulcan is for a 650. Yeah. It really is a nice bike.
I'd like to try one of them actually. I must admit.
I absolutely loved it. And then obviously the boss said to me this week, he said, we've just bought an Intruder. And I went, oh, okay. It's a cruiser. It's got footboards. I call them running boards. And I got pulled up on that. Running boards are what you have on the side of a pickup. All right. Yeah. But to me, it's footboards, running board. I don't care. They're boards where you put your damn feet. You know, it's not pegs.
But I'm not American, so I'm calling them running boards. Okay, fine. Get over it.
Yeah. I call them running boards. That's what the Americans call them, running boards. In the English people call they're footboards. Well, whatever. It's a board you put your foot on. Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah. Shut up and move on. But I took that Intruder out this week. Oh God, if I hadn't got my GTR, I loved that Intruder. That was so comfortable. So and the chrome
low
on
down
it.
Torque.
Yeah, low down torque, absolutely beautiful bike to ride. And I always said when I first started, well, you roll back about 2 years ago, I actually say in a lot of my videos, I can't stand cruisers, I can't stand upright bikes, I don't like touring bikes, I like my sports bikes too darn much. My opinion has shifted from there to there.
You got old. That's what happened.
Thanks. I really enjoyed. Yeah, I enjoyed that cruiser. I really like my GTR, but I always said, and I say it in the video, if I hadn't got my GTR, I would have bought that Intruder without a doubt. That is such a comfortable ride.
I did get told the Suzuki Intruders, they do have a weakness if you are heavy throttled. They will blow the camshaft. Yeah. They will blow a camshaft and then basically it's replace an engine. And I can't remember who it was that told me, but he was a very, very good Suzuki mechanic.
That's unusual for a Suzuki, isn't it?
What, to break down? No, they do it all the time, trust me. Suzuki's, yeah. It's not a Kawasaki, it's going to break down. So,
There's, oh God, what was it? Because I've finally got my. It's taken me years to get my missus into joining me on YouTube and watching bike videos. You know, I want to watch bike crap. I want to go and watch Friends, or go and watch people painting their nails, or go and watch. What's she watching at the moment? The Holden Girls with Keith Lemon and Amanda Holden. And she actually she was hunting around on her laptop the other day. She went, "Oh, you'd enjoy this." And I went, "What is it?" She went, "Oh, it's an American comedian doing bike noises." And I went, "Go on." And I sat, and this guy comes into the room and he went, "Oh," he said, "your typical bike noises." And I went, "Go on, play it." And she played it. He went, "Right, this is my first noise." And he goes, "Yeah, I went, all right. And then it's a and he was like, and then the next one he comes out, he goes, dunk. And then the final one, I've got to take the mick out of the Americans if we've got any Americans in. And he's like, this bloke's trying to start an American bike. He goes, honey, Davidson.
I'd just like to draw Exeter to the Epic Adams Motovlogs.
Oh, yeah. I'll bring it up, actually. What do you think guys think about drama between motovloggers here? New bikers.
Oh, yeah. I did notice that, actually. Yeah. I'll let you know about that. I've got something coming up on that front.
Oh dear, yeah.
Oh dear.
There we go. One for Rory. Mention Epic Adam in your next video.
or else.
Yeah, or else, yeah, he'll send you a Cornish pasty or something in the post.
Oh, that'd be all right. I could do that. I can handle that.
I've got a question
Pasty, as long as the
Rory,
scruffy
if I
comes
may.
with it, yeah.
Oh, the man is here, Mr. Paul M. Hey, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Hey, this
Hey,
guy,
Paul.
if you haven't seen, he commented on the feed last week. We asked Paul how many motovloggers he followed. I think it was between 400 and 700 or something stupid. I was like, how do you find the time to catch up with? He does. He finds stuff. He actually comes in and comments on everybody's videos. How he's got the time to do that? He must be a lottery millionaire and just sits on the computer all day, just clicking through people's videos. But great to see you, Paul. It's a pleasure to have someone in the room that's it comments on. He literally, even if it's just a thumbs up or oh, he's starting off now. He's like, Cornish, I'm from Devon.
Oh, come on. Everybody knows Cornwall and Devon. It's the same thing, isn't it? Come on.
It's not far
I'll
off.
just leave that there.
There we go. That's where he gets to retired, no motorcycle. That's where he gets the time. Oh, bless him. Right, so how far are we? Oh God, we're 2 hours in. We're doing well here. We're doing well.
Can I ask a question
Red
for
Bob's still
Nitro? Because I want to know a bit more about his bikes. That's all right.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, what are they? So you got T50s, have you?
Yeah, so I have first of all Yamaha TZR50, which is a
How old are
two-stroke.
they? Are they like early 2000s or?
So that one's a 2010, and it's a relative of the Aprilia RS50, which is the better known ones. So that one's quite modified. It's got a big bore kit, big carb, and it goes really well. And the other one is a Reju RS350. That's a 2015. So that's getting towards just before they were sort of outlawed for emissions and so on.
Whereabouts are they made to?
What was that? Sorry.
Whereabouts are they made to? The Reju, is it? What's it called?
Yeah, Reju is the make. It's a Spanish company.
All right.
And I believe they're probably made in the same factory as the Yamaha, as the Yamahas were made in Spain as well for these bikes. So big market in Europe for the young boys from 14 in some of these countries for the 50s, and they're I find them a lot of fun. I don't have a great desire to move on to anything big and scary, quite frankly. I like my cars. Oh, enjoy a cigarette, RB. I like my cars and having a quick car and stuff like that, so I leave the speed for that. and I'm quite happy with the bikes. The 2-strokes are quick enough that I'm not holding up traffic.
Yeah.
You know, they are quite nippy.
Still reliable as well.
Touch wood. I do all the work to them, and yeah, if you look after them, I haven't had any major issues at all. I don't do many miles. I'm a fair weather rider only, I'm
No,
afraid.
fair enough. And when you say it's been rebored to what cc?
So the Yamaha is 70cc now, so sounds like not a lot, but it makes a big
It's a
difference
two-stroke.
over 50. Yeah, it makes a big difference over 50.
Yeah, nice simple biking.
Yeah, it's great fun. I mean, it's there's not that many bikes that you can full throttle around 30, 40 mile an hour zones, absolutely nail them, feel like you're a racing hero, but you're not really speeding.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the attraction. It's like getting a courtesy car that's a 1.2, and you rally the life out of it, and it's
Try and blow up the
hilarious.
engine.
Well, I would never do
No,
that.
yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
But yeah, it's that sort of thing. It's a bit of keeping the momentum, and they're so cheap to run as well. I mean, £60 insurance on each of them, and
Yeah.
it's
Is it
good
really?
fun.
Wow.
That's all I am at the age of 40. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cheap. So I all started with a 50cc scooter, purely to get to work because parking was becoming so difficult, and I was like, oh, this is actually really fun. It was a 4-stroke Honda Vision, great commuter scooter, and I was like, oh, I could quite fancy something with gears, and that's how it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah, I'll need to catch up with more of your videos because it's only recently I've been introduced to your channel through RevBomb.
It's difficult to pick up, all the videos from everybody, isn't it? I say the same to everybody. People comment on my videos, and I've never seen any of theirs, and I'm quite upfront with people to say that I just don't get the time. When you're putting out a video a week or a review a week, plus working, plus family life, it is difficult.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
And doing this, it's strange, really, doing this tonight. I was saying to Saddlebags earlier that I don't really get nervous on camera these days, but I have been doing this strangely, probably because it's live, something totally different.
It is different, yeah. I guess we're getting kind of used to it. I'm used to it through work, Microsoft Teams and so on. So I think
I've never done any of this.
Right, yeah. Here's
Well,
RB back.
I'm back. Smoke break and quick smoke break and lactose as always. Cigarettes and lactose always works.
Well, that's a healthy choice of drink, isn't it?
I know. I tend to. I don't eat all day, and I tend to sort of grab a quick meal in the evening. But I tend to drink shed loads of coffee. So if coffee and smokes all day, and then lactose in the evening, keep the energy levels up, or chocolate bar. But it has to be white chocolate.
Why so busy at work today, RB? Is it sales? Is a lot going out?
It was. Let me just, because it's quite easy actually, because I've got my garage planner on my computer, so I can log into my garage planner at work. So let me just run you through my day. So I'll just take you through my daily diary. I have what's called a default diary, stuff that I have to do on a daily basis. And then obviously I have stuff. So 7 o'clock in the morning, or 6:30 this morning, it was test rides, 2 bikes. We open at 8:45, so 8:15, get all the key, 7:45, put all the keys in the bikes, open all the shutters, get all the bikes ready for when the mechanics turn up at 7:45. 8:15, bikes out. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, morning meeting with the boss from work. That run to about 10:30. Catch up and car park control, so get all the customers' cars parked on the car park. 10:30. Get bikes ready for photo shoot. 11 o'clock, clean the bikes ready for photo shoot. We do a thing called Media Hawk. So every phone call that comes into the garage has to be tracked. We take between 50 and 100 calls a day. So if you can imagine sitting on a computer where it says, welcome to Eclipse, blah, blah, blah. And then basically the customer calls in, press option 1, 2, and then we listen to the call. We have to track that back, put our response in, what we've done, how we've handled the call. That takes me literally an hour. That took me up to 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock to 12:30. Get the 50cc Echo ready to prep and repair. Make sure the customer has made their payment on the bike. Clean it, prep it, and do the first ride test book for tomorrow morning. 12:30 to 2 o'clock, take out the VMAX and the smart car photo shoot. I was back in the garage at 2 o'clock. Take out the NC700, check the gearbox on that. 2:30 to 3 o'clock, check the 2 mechanics are on schedule with their bikes. Order any parts for the next day. 3 o'clock, take your dog for a walk. I didn't need to take the dog for a walk because the dog's gone to the missus for the weekend. She's over at her mother's. 3:30, check your tyre stock, check your bike stock list, and check your warranty parts in. And then 3:30 to 4:45, car in for service. Make sure mechanics have got this car ready. That took me up to 4:45. 4:45 to 5:15. Get all the bikes ready to come back in. 5:15 to 5:30. Get the bikes in. End of day. Get all your daily figures done. Do all your accounts for the day. Send the boss the projections for the week. And then we had 2 bikes in, and obviously we've got an Astra in for a clutch. I've got another Varadero in. We had a 125 Varadero in. Batteries died on the bike, not charging, not sparking, and we've got it all down. We figured it all out. That was what took us forever today. We were on that till about 7 o'clock tonight, and we found out it's the damn stator that's packed up on it. So yeah, Mike, it's just literally micromanagement all day. So yeah, as Paul says, micromanagement does not sound like fun. That is me 6 days a week. And I sat in the office with the boss from, I think it was about 10 o'clock to about 11:30. My morning meeting is normally 9 to 10. We got on it late, but obviously because I overrun this morning, 10 to 11:15, micromanaging my diary for next week. And my diary has gone absolutely stupid now. Normally we have what's called blue bookings and white bookings. Blue bookings, the girls are not allowed to book into my blue bookings under any circumstance unless they speak to me. The white bookings, you can book me stuff in. My Monday white bookings, I have half an hour on a Monday. My entire morning from 12 until 2 o'clock is managing, obviously, the office, getting all my paperwork done, chasing quotes. 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock now, dealing with phone calls, kick the boss out of the office, make sure he gets out and does some work. Facebook, social media, websites, all the SEO for the whole entire garage. And we've got 4 different businesses across the garage. So we've got Eclipse Autos, which is the garage. We've got Eclipse Car Sales, which is the car sales side of it. Eclipse Motorcycles, which is the bookings, servicing, MOTs, repairs, any warranty work. And then Eclipse Motorcycle Sales, which are all the bike sales. So I do all that as well. So micromanaging 4 different businesses. And obviously we went, because obviously the boss said to me this week, he said, you are so behind on your diaries. He said, you're overrunning by an hour to 2 hours every day. We sat and worked out what everybody does in the garage. So what their jobs are. We've done the 5 different people, including the 2 front of house members. They have between 20 to 30 jobs a day to do. When they sat and actually worked out what I've done, I have 45 per day. And that is the reason I'm running behind. So obviously they've micromanaged now. They've shifted all my stuff on to other people. Hell's on too well. Yeah, have a good weekend, Rev. Hell's, Belly. Have a great weekend. If you've not checked out Hell's on Two Wells, go and look at his latest video. Saddlebags just died, his iPad's died. I had one of those. It goes over there. The missus said to me last year, she went, can you buy me an iPad for Christmas? She did not take the joke when I went down the pharmacy and bought her an iPad that would cost $2.99. It goes over her eye. I got a bit of a kicking for that. So, Paul M, seems like a reason to have live streams. You know, time. Yeah, I've just run a live. Yeah, exactly. I don't have time. I've still got the VN Intruder video to do. I've got the VMAX video to do. I've got about another 6 videos that are all waiting. Me and Simon are both the same. We do like daily stuff. We constantly have our cameras on, and it's just finding the time to get editing time, and it's like it just takes up your
that
whole
feeling.
yeah, it takes up your whole entire evening. The missus has said to me, because obviously we tend to spend the evenings together, and she likes to catch up. She watches a couple of shows like Law and Order, SVU, and Law and Order, Criminal Intent, or whatever. We tend to put it on a stick, go and put it on the telly. Literally, by the time my head hits the pillow, I watch 10 minutes of telly, and I want. I am literally out of it. And she's like, "You've missed it. You've missed it. I'll watch it at the weekend." So we do tend to have a Sunday together, Sunday afternoon together, unless of course I'm out on a social ride or I'm doing super sausage. Then I'm not home till sort of 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's 4 hours on a Sunday with the missus before I'm starting to fall asleep on the sofa. But she accepts what I do. She knows it pays the bills. And at the end of the day, you know, you can have all the free time in the world. If it's not putting a roof over your head, then, you know, forget it, move on to something else. So,
can I ask just a question? Are you, because you do MOT testing, don't you? Are you
yes,
a salesman or a manager, or what part do you do?
My job is actually described as front of house sales manager for the bikes. But I am an MOT tester now. I do bike sales. I deal with the garage as well, booking people in, booking people out, dealing with cars, dealing with quotes. So it's a long old day. It is a really long old day.
Bit of everything.
Is it coming into a quieter season for you now then?
It's got worse, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It's the end of what we call big bike season, but it's also gearing into what we call the start of small bike season, where all the parents decide, "Oh, Mum, what do I want? Can I have a bike for Christmas? Can I have this for Christmas?" We had 4 ciphers come in. I've sold 3 of them already, just on pre-orders. And obviously, 2020. We did, I think it was 160 bikes. This year we're down to about 60 bikes. We've only sold 60, but obviously we've done a lot more used bikes because last year we had, I think, total stock on used bikes was 6. This year I've got I think 26 to 28 used bikes in stock. So we tend to we've geared up to the bigger CC bikes, knowing that people want big bikes that obviously people went, you know, oh, you know, have you got anything from 600? I've got a really nice street triple in, and one of the customers, he was actually in on our live stream last week, and he said he came in, sat on obviously that street triple, and he was like, "Oh, you know, I love it. Can I put a tenner deposit on it? I've won the lottery, but you've got to put a lot more money than that on it." And obviously now we've got the VMAX, we've got the Intruder, I've got a VFR 800, a VFR 1200, we've got the BMW GS 1200 Tourer. So we're starting to gear up into a lot of bigger bikes, but there's a lot more money in used bike sales than there is in new bike sales.
I've heard that actually. Yeah, it don't make a lot on new bikes, apparently. I know you can't go into figures, but yeah, apparently it's not a big trade, is it really?
No, the average margin, especially across the Lex Moto brand.
That'll be narrow.
Yeah, is about 200 quid. There's 200 quid profit in a new bike, and it only needs 1 or 2 warranty claims for that bike to come back in, and your profit margin is shot through the floor.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the reason why we shot off a certain bike dealer. Obviously, I can't name the scooter dealer who it was, but they're a very, very big franchise scooter dealer. We were selling a lot of their product, but their sales rep that came out was just into how much can I get my dealer to push through to make my margin look good. And at the end of the day, if the bike dealer's struggling, they didn't give a damn about you. You're like, oh, well, you're not selling as many bikes as we expected you to do. We expect you to do more. Yeah, but you're pushing a bike out of $3,000. The Lex Moto equivalent's $2,000. Who are people going to go to?
Yeah, exactly.
So she obviously didn't like it. We shot the brand in the foot, and then when we actually worked out what your bike margin is for warranties. So obviously, whatever brand it is, if it's Kawasaki, Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Lexmoto, you have a certain amount of money given to you by the dealer in what they would call warranty time. So I'm not going to quote a figure out the air, but Lexmoto money is not bad. It's a quarter of what we would do. So if a customer books a bike in for an hour's service, X amount of pounds. If it came in as a warranty repair, you're looking at quarter of that. So when you actually equate your figures for the week on how many warranty hours we do, then your profit margin for the garage is obviously dropping. And obviously this scooter dealer, when they actually came to us and said, oh, we're offering you this much money for doing a warranty repair on a bike, and you're taking the piss, you're really taking it to the limit, mate. That's literally 2 litres of fuel in a bike. When I say to you they were offering £12.50 per hour warranty time, that doesn't even cover the mechanic's wages.
No.
And they were expecting you to get the warranty done and then obviously fit the part free of charge for them. It's like, no, this is a no-brainer. This is costing us money. Right, let's out the brand. And they are struggling now. They're really struggling to sell bikes. And it's just the fact that all the dealers are going, you're offering us this much in warranty time. What they're tending to do is like, we had it for about 6 months. It was like, no, you haven't bought the bike from us. No. Oh, local dealer. Yeah, send it to them. And we were getting all the warranty repairs coming in. We're like, well, is it one of our bikes? No, but we've been told you're the local dealer. You have to do it under warranty, which is why we told them to basically take a walk down the road. But obviously, I've got to be very, very coy about what I say. Yeah. But obviously, that dealer, the main supplier, is no longer with us, and we're looking to take on another brand. We obviously, myself and the owner of the garage have had a chat with the sales team, and I have said to him, I would really like to get your brand on board because Simon will know it again. The local dealer in Heath and Reach, big yellow garage.
Oh right, yeah.
SM, yeah. They went to the wall about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And obviously they sold that brand. They bought, and obviously I put a call in. They phoned the boss of the garage and said, "Look, do you want to put this bike in?" And I went, "Do you know what? I could sell so many of those." And we're talking about the Terrain, the Sinis Terrain.
I thought that might have been what it was, actually.
Yeah. And I've said to them, I would really like to get that brand on board. They do another one, which is like a bobber style one, and everybody talks about it.
The Hyosun, is that right?
Not the highest. It's the Sinis. I think it's called. Oh God, I can't remember what the name is.
Oh, the bobber. Hoodlum.
The Hoodlum, yeah. And I said
I've got that coming in December.
Yeah. So many people have said to me, do you stock Sinis Hoodlum? No, we've got the Michigan. No, I want something that is pure bobber. The only thing nearest to it is the Keyway K-Light.
Yeah.
And everyone said to me, we would really like to get the Hoodlum in. We'd like to see the Sinis Terrain because it comes with a full kit. And I've said to them, what can you do for us? Send us the figures, send us your projections of how many units you ship out a year. What's the warranty like? How much do we get on warranty? What are the part? But we've gone really in depth. We want to know everything is before we start jumping all over the brand. But we've had quite a few brand labels that come to us that have said, we want to push our product with you. Would you take us on? And we've sort of looked at it and go, it's not a viable option for us. If we
shops, sorry, carry on.
No, it's all right. If we're pushing out 100 units a year for that brand, then yeah. But if it's not selling the brand and we're pushing out only 50 units, it's not going to be a viable option.
Yeah, I've seen many shops over the years that get flooded with different brands of bikes, and it just ends up in a right pickle and a right mess. And you buy in stock, and you can't shift it quite often because there's always like the most popular bike at the top, like the Sinis Terrain, for example. One I would recommend though is the Hyosun Aquila. That is a really good bike, and I've just recently had the GV300 version. Exactly the same as the 125, but with a bigger ball, and I could see them selling well.
We had
the
the
rest of
Hearsung.
it is, business side of it works.
Yeah, we had the Hearsung range for absolutely ages. The GV650 was our biggest selling bike.
Yeah, that was the old. Yeah, but bit messy on the spares, wasn't it?
It was awful on this, and then we had obviously the oh god, what was it? The 125. I think it was the RC 125. GT 125 and the
And they've done a
GTR
250 as well. Yeah,
they've done the 250 version.
yeah.
And we've got so many customers that are coming back saying, oh, my bike's having running issues, this isn't working, this isn't work. And it was always poor running, and every time we checked it, it was the inlet manifolds. They got horrible rubber inlet manifolds that were just cracking up and degrading, letting air in and getting bad poor performance. And then obviously you got to get the spares. Oh, we've got no spares. It's going to be 6 months before you get an inlet manifold.
It's not acceptable, is it?
No.
Oh no. It's amazing. Sorry.
No, you carry on.
Carry on.
Carry on, mate.
I was just going to say it's quite amazing how far some of these brands have come in quite a short time. Wasn't that long ago? Sinus was just a don't touch thing from the reviews that I read, and then I've heard a lot of good things about them recently. Are they making their own engines, or is it another supplier?
I think they're based on Yamaha engines, to my knowledge. The 125 is great, and I won't say too much because obviously I've got to be careful as well, like Rev has as well. But they made a 380 as well, and I was quite looking forward to that. And actually, say no more. Yeah, it just wasn't very good. I think that's the best way to put that.
Yeah, it's like obviously with Lexmoto spares at the moment, because obviously stuff coming out of China. We've had the updates to say that China is running short on coal, so obviously they can't fire up their power plants all the time. So China's down to a 3-day working week at the moment. Getting spares out of China, and everyone's like, oh yeah, but it's COVID. It's nothing to do with COVID. It's just supply and demand. So many people are demanding them parts, and they just can't make the damn things fast enough. Titan, for instance, I'm gonna mention the Lexmoto Titan, best-selling scooter out. The Euro 5 version is great. Euro 4, it was a bit wobbly on the exhaust guards. It was prone to lambda sensors. But it is still a good bike. If you look at that Titan Euro 4 that I rode last week, 33,000 kilometers on it, and these are looked after it, and it's still running like a good one. But we had a customer in this week desperate for a front caliper. His front caliper is binding, his pistons are seized. Can I get a front caliper for love or money? No.
Yeah. Simple stuff, really.
Yeah, simple stuff. And obviously we spoke to Lexmoto, and I said to the guys at Lexmoto, when are the calipers come out? They're not even in production yet. They've not started the next batch of calipers. What shall I do? And he went, if you can find one on eBay, buy it on eBay, we'll refund you the money. When one comes out, we'll send the customer a brand new caliper. Okay, fine, fair enough, problem solved. Couple of other issues, and we've got to the point where Lexmoto keep one demo version of every part on the shelf, so that they've got a what they call a pattern copy that they can go to and go, right, we need one of these, one of these, one of these. And the amount of times that I've spoken to Lexmoto warranty and said, guys, I am desperate for this part. Well, we've got one on the shelf, but it is a demo part. So what we've had to do is obviously rip it off the bike, send it back under a returns label. They send us out a brand new, but they don't have to do that.
No, exactly. Yeah.
And the guys at Lexmoto really do sort of, if we need it, they will pull the stop. And it's not just us. They will do it for any dealer. If that dealer is desperate for that part, customers kicking off, it's a brand new bike, they'll try and get, but if a part is not available, sorry guys, it's on back order. And it's not just sort of Lexmoto, it's Kawasaki as well.
Oh yeah, Honda, the whole lot.
I've spoken to sort of our local dealer. I've got some really good contacts, and obviously my local dealer Liam, and I spoke to him. I said to him, are you struggling to get Kawasaki parts? And Simon will know this, my gear position switch on my bike, when you go through your gearbox, obviously with the GTR, when you're sort of pulled up, you can't engage second gear. The bike will not allow you to engage second gear. You have to pull off in first. But my gear switch indicator comes up on my screen and it will go 1, 2. I've got no neutral light, so every time I kick the side stand down, the bike will cut out on me. Spoke to Liam and I said to him, how much is that side stand? Well, just take it out, clean the little brass contacts on the back with some emery, slide it back in, but watch out for the springs and the little ball bearings in it. Okay, took it out, cleaned it, put it back. It worked for all of 1 mile. First time we went to Super Sausage, kicked my side stand down, bike cut out. Oh, bloody side stand. Took it out, cleaned it, phoned him up. I need a side stand switch. Oh, I need the gear position switch. Yeah, it's £109.45p from Kawasaki, just for a stupid switch with a couple of wires hanging out of it.
Yeah.
Can you order me one? Yes, I can order you one, but it's not going to be here for 4 weeks. Why? Yeah. Because we're waiting for a delivery from Kawasaki. Oh, great. Okay, fine, fair enough. Well, get me one on order. I need one. All right.
That normally means 12 weeks as well, at least, doesn't it? Yeah.
I said to him, are you really struggling for parts? And he said, you wouldn't believe it. He said, how much extra are you paying to get bikes over from China? Now, the normal shipping container is normally about 2 to 3 grand. And with Lexmoto, you can get 20 bikes in a container. So an extra 2-3 grand has hiked the price on Lexmoto bikes by about £300-400. And he went, oh, that's not bad. And he went, that's all right. He said, you don't want to know how much the SX1000s are, mate. And I went, why is that? He said, we can get 10 in a container. He said, they've just hiked the price by 5 grand. And I went, all right. He said, it's just added another £750 onto the brand new SX.
Yeah.
He said, when there's an equivalent 1000cc made by Honda, which is just as good, which is 2 grand cheaper, how many units do you think we're selling out the door? And I went, what? He said, we've done 2 in a month, where we're normally doing 15 to 20 bikes a month. He said, we've sold 2 bikes this month, and that is a main Kawasaki dealer.
Yeah.
Just for the simple reason that they've hiked all the container fees up. No one is buying it because of the price hike in bikes.
Yeah. Forget Brexit. There's bigger problems out there these days.
Exactly. Yeah. Weston's just did it on the market. He said, like, the car market and availability is exactly the same. You go and buy a new, say, for instance, Ford Fiesta. Look at the price of a new Ford Fiesta compared to what it was 6 months ago.
The second-hand car market prices are unbelievably high at the moment. Everything's just going up. People are actually making money on cars they bought last year.
Yeah. We had a, what was it? God, I can't think of what it is. Keyway K-Light. The one that I went and picked up. Now, obviously, that thing's only done 680 miles, but we put it up for I think it was about £600 less than what the actual new price is, and the guy jumped on it. And I said to him, it's got, it's a second-hand bike, 680 miles, and he went, yeah, but it's immaculate, mate. It's clean. He went, would I go and spend an extra 300 quid on the new Keyway K-Light when I've got one for like 600 quid cheaper? Well, hell yeah, I'm going to buy this one.
It's already running, yeah.
Yeah, it's already running, ready to roll. And then you go on something like Facebook Marketplace and you look at what 50cc's and 125s are going for. Have a look at the Lexmoto owners page. I think it's about 3 hours ago. Someone's put up a Diablo 2018 Diablo. It's got 9,500 K, and he wants £1,500 for it. And I'm like, yeah. You're having a laugh here, mate. It's at the end of the day, it's a £400 bike. Some idiot is going to buy that bike.
Yeah, that's it. It has been crazy for cars, which I'm very much into as well. And certainly the small bike market, I sold this year 250s, and both of them sold on the day. I put them up for really, really strong money because, you stick it up at strong money and think, I'll bring it down if it doesn't sell. But yeah, the demand this year, this was during the summer, which helped. It's been huge.
Are you a bike salesman, are you?
No, these were just two that I had. No, not in the industry.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
There are some really, really crazy prices out there at the moment. I was watching. I follow rubbish on Missy said to me, she went, "Oh God, you're looking at crap again." I went, "Yeah."
Looking at my videos.
I've got to show you this, because this is absolutely. See if I can share my screen. Let me just show you this, because I've been following this one for the last few days. Let me bring up my browser tab. There we go. Just have an eyeful of this, and that is absolutely mad. FS1E 1977 in stunning condition, and he wants 6.5K for it.
He'll probably get that. Well, yeah, he'll get more than that.
He'll get a lot more. I have seen him changing hands for about 10 to 12 grand at the moment, and it's like, oh, I just wish I'd kept it as a kid.
I know. Nostalgia sells.
It does, yeah,
doesn't it? It really does. So
you can just see.
yeah.
I can just see Red Bomb now, crouched down behind the handlebars, chin on the chocks, winding it up. Yep,
exactly. There's one on Facebook at the moment actually that I'm following, and it's not the ZX7R, it's the ZX7RR.
Oh.
So it's the Australian race version, the full-on beans, extra 17 horsepower on it. The bidding on it at the moment is currently 39,999, but that's Australian dollars, so I don't know what it is in. Yeah. But obviously it's still got 5 days to go. It's only been up 2 days, and it's already at 40,000. We had a guy that, because I tend to sit on eBay and watch ZX7R stuff, and there was a guy put one up about 4 months ago, and it was the ZX7R UK version, and he'd got it up for 5.5 grand, and I actually messaged him and said, take your listing off and message me. And he actually messaged back and said, why would I want to take my listing off? And I went, you've got it on for too little money. I said, someone is going to rip your arm off for that. Take the listing down, call me. So he took the listing down and gave me a call, and he went, all right. I said, basically introduced myself. I said, look, I've got a ZX7R. I said, but do you know how much the RR is? And he went, what? I said, they start from 35 to 40 grand, depending on the condition of the bike. And he went, oh, this one came out of a private bike collection. It's got 2 miles on the clock.
Shit.
And I'm like, I would start that bidding on that. I said, oh, if you want to say, how much did you pay for it? He said, oh, I paid 17.5 for it, but I was just looking to make a couple of grand out of it. I went, start the bidding at 39,995, put it up at 39,995, and put it up on a 24-hour listing, because if you do a 24-hour listing, eBay doesn't charge you as much as if it's a 10-day listing. And he went, oh, all right. He put it up at 39,995 and sold it in 2 hours.
My God.
And then he said to me, he said, oh, do you have PayPal? And I went, yeah, why is that? I just want to send you a little bit of a thank you. And I went, don't worry about it. I said, I'm just happy to help someone out sell a bike. And he went, no, please, I want to give you he said, if you don't, he said, I'll go and buy half a dozen T-shirts from your merch store. And I went, don't do that, please. I've got enough T-shirts. So I sent him a PayPal. He actually sent me £100, and he went, I know it's only a little, but thanks very much for I don't want it. And I actually said, I sent it back to him. I rejected the money and sent it back to him. Said, look, I don't want it. And he sent it back again and said, if you don't take it, I'll send you 200. And I went, all right, I'll take the 100. But he said, no.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice of him.
Yeah. I said to him, I don't want it. I said, it was just, I just happened to be sitting on eBay and watching it. I said, I'm happy to help someone out. I said, because I am a Kawasaki nerd. And he went, no, it's really appreciated. I said, well, what are you buying? And he went, oh, I've just bought a Honda Goldwing. And oh, Jesus Christ.
There's no helping some people, is there?
I know, yeah. I was like, why would you want to go and sell a good bike like that and buy a piece of crap like that?
Have you lot just got one bike then, or have you got a couple bikes? Or
I did have 2. The ZX7R is at the garage, looking to sell it, so I've just got the GTR now.
Right. Simon?
No, I've just got the GTR 1400, yeah.
Yeah. Rory, you got 2, yeah?
So I've got the two wee ones. So mine are considerably cheaper than the big boys' bikes. So that's my excuse.
Oh, go on then. How much do you pay for insurance, Rory? Come on.
Well, one of them is £60 for the year, and the other one was 90.
So that's what, £150.
For yeah.
I'll pay £152 insurance for the year.
Oh, stuff off the lot, yeah.
That's all right.
I got to tell you what I pay for mine then. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I think
You
it's
can
about
tell by that
130
that
for
Red
mine.
Bull's
I've got
been
a-
ripped off, don't you?
No, I tend to. I've got a very, very good bike shore guy called Dave, another Dave, and obviously he did my ZX7R for me. In fact, where is the paperwork? Bear with me a second, because she's obviously up for sale, and we've been going through all the insurance paperwork on it because people have been saying, "Oh, you know, is your bike really worth this much money?" And I went, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And we've got the original. That's the MOT for it. Let me have a look. Good God, shows how much paperwork I've got. I've got the original PC Harper ride where they've asked me to be the tail gunner for Pack 2. So, I'll show that anyway. So, obviously, when I had it valued, that's the bike, and they valued it at that.
Let's see.
Bit blurry, but
Hold on, let me back up a bit.
it looks like
£4,000.
£42. Yeah.
Four grand. That cost me £25 to get the paperwork through, just to say that they'd valued it at, but it was 25 quid well spent. And then he obviously said to me this year, he said, "Oh, are you looking to sell it?" And I went, "Yeah." He said, "We'll send the valuers out again." There was 5 original ZX7R Jap imports in the UK. One was in a private collection, and the other 4 were road legal that were being ridden. Mine was one of the 4. Went to insure it April this year, and they hiked my insurance massively and restricted me to 1,000 miles a year.
Oh.
Maximum of 1,000 miles. And I went, right. He said, "But if you want your bike valued, it's £50 to have it valued this year." And I went, "Why is that?" He said, "Because we've just valued your bike at 5,200. Why is that? Because it's the last one in the UK. The other 3 have been written off. There is still one in a private collection, but yours is the only road legal version out. But we valued it at 5.2. Do you want the 50 quid valuation?" I went, "Nah, forget it. I'll sit at the 4 grand. I'm quite happy with 4 grand because I only paid 1,600 for it."
Yeah,
so
that's all right. That's good going.
So I fell on my feet with that. But then obviously I've switched my insurance now across the, because I said to him, right, basically the Kawasaki's off the road, not using it anymore. I'm now using the GTR, but I'm riding on the garage insurance at the moment until I pay the balance on the bike when I get my insurance money through. And they said, "Oh, right, yeah, we can insure you. What do you want?" I went, "Full leather cover, full equipment cover. I want breakdown, recovery, I always load my insurance 100% out on absolutely everything. I don't want any excess on it, but I want solicitors cover and all this." £380 this year. So I got hammered on the insurance because obviously I've stepped from 750 to 1,400. But he said, once you've ridden it for a year, he said, you'll look at halving it. He said, it's just the fact that you've stepped from 750 up to a 1,400 cc. And I went, yeah, but I'm 57. Doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. It's just the cc of the bike.
You'll be getting hammered as well because you're in the bike sales industry.
Exactly, yeah. And that was the other reason why. He said, "What do you do for a living?" And of course, I put my foot in. I said, "Oh, I sell bikes and I moto." And as soon as I said moto vlogger, he went, "Do you YouTube?" "Yeah." "Oh, right, okay." And they hammer you. If you're a YouTube moto vlogger, they hammer you to death.
Yeah, I was the same with cars. I used to work in car dealerships. And when that was the case, for example, with cars, you'd normally get the third-party extension. You could drive somebody else's car on third-party only. Like they would not give that to me at all, being in the motor trade. So yeah, you get hammered for that.
Western, I've got a good one from Paul. I've only got a bicycle, no insurance. Oh, quick one here. And then obviously Western, 130 quid Bike Shore. Yeah, Bike Shore is probably one of the better companies. I have a video in the pipeline. It is pre-recorded, but I can't release it until I get my check. Basically, what's happened, and I can mention the insurance company. I've got no qualms about mentioning the insurance company. Obviously, the garage, when I had the crunch on the bike, I was riding on the garage insurance, which is big, huge policy, covers all of the guys in the garage. But the guy that hit me was covered by Hastings Insurance. They've actually come to me and they offered me a pitiful 200 quid for getting knocked off the bike for my back injury, and will not cover my equipment or my week off of work with a back injury. So 200 quid is all they offered me.
Yes.
The fact that he'd been in the UK 6 months, he'd only been driving for 3 months, and it was his second drive of that, of being a new car license holder. Now, obviously, he's been given a driver awareness course. He's been given 3 points for driving without due care and attention as a new driver. We took it to the insurance company, took it to Hastings, and they went, nah, all right, we'll come back. And they offered me 1,600 quid. And I went, all right, so I've got 6 months out of work, constantly can't ride a sports bike anymore because I've got a compressed C1 and 2, which is going to take about 8 months to heal, the doctors reckon. So he said to me, he said, what you want to do is basically 20% of your wages over the year. They came back to me. They had up until the 18th of this month to come back to me to give me a figure. They've actually come in at, I think it's just short of $3,000, but the insurance company that are dealing with it and the solicitors instantly take 25%. So 2 and a bit grand for 8 months of injury. Is that an acceptable figure? No, not really, because if my back plays up in 2 years' time and I can't ride a bike anymore, I am stuffed because I've taken that figure. So, yeah, I said to him, yeah, fair enough. But the thing that niggled me, and which is what I said to obviously Hastings insurance people, and I spoke to a senior manager, if a bike rider goes down and he smacks the back of his helmet so far that it splits the back of the helmet, would you replace the helmet? Well, yes. So why aren't you paying for my helmet? Can't answer that. If I've ripped the back of my Kevlar jeans out, are you going to replace them? Yeah. If I've split my jacket and knackered my jacket, will you replace that? So my gear, are you not going to replace it? Well, yeah, we replace anybody's gear that has an accident. So why aren't you replacing mine? And why aren't you paying me for a week off work when I've proved it? Oh, but so they've haggled about it. It's gone to court now, but the video is waiting to go up. And obviously all the people that are moto vloggers know that this video is going to go up. And I've said to them, if you don't if you don't sort it in the next 2 weeks, the video is going to go live. And do you really want to have such bad press and such a lot of YouTube videos being shared all over social media that your insurance company's back? Bring it on. Do you really think we're bothered about one tiny little motor vlogger?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. But obviously, I'm going to wait until I've got the big check in my hand and it's cashed and I've got the money in the bank before the video goes out. Because the solicitors have said to me they can cancel your check if you I think they call it defamatory action. Yeah. He said, once you've got the money in the bank, fire it across their thing. But he said, but let it go to court first, mate. But yeah, if they want to bugger about, then let them get on with it. But any biker going down, you'd instantly say, don't worry about it, mate. It was our driver's fault. It's just them being absolutely stupid about it. And everybody, if you actually go on the sort of the Hastings website and look at their reviews, people go, oh, Jesus Christ, I wouldn't touch this insurance company with a barge pole. Yeah, and that's the reason why. But
the problem is that you'll find that with all insurance companies. So
Saddlebags,
they're all rubbish because insurance is all the same.
Cheers, Saddlebags. He's disappeared off. I just realised he's disappeared.
Cheers, Saddle.
We shall see him on the next one. Don't forget, catch up with him on his latest videos. He's got a really good last one. I quite enjoyed that as well. I tend to sit here every night and just watch people riding bikes, and it's like the missus like, "How sad are you?" It's better than watching Friends, I suppose.
Definitely.
Yeah. Right. Time is coming up to midnight, guys. We have been on for quite a while. I've got a 5 o'clock start in the morning as well.
Oh my God.
I ain't going to get much sleep tonight. Thanks very much for coming in, Simon. Always a pleasure. I've got this weekend off, mate, because I'm going to spend the weekend with the missus. I think she wants me to do some decorating. Poor
No
me.
worries. No worries.
Yeah, so I'm up for next Sunday. I think it's training ride this week, social ride next week, isn't it?
Yep.
But I think next.
I'm not going to be there next week because I've got my Halloween party on Saturday
Oh,
night.
of course,
So,
yeah. I've got the local ride out of the garage, not this Sunday, but next Sunday anyway. So
they'll have to get on without us, won't they? So
yeah, I'll catch you on the training ride on the next one anyway. But thanks for coming in, Exeter. Always a pleasure. Keep the videos going. Nitro, thank you very much for the comments as always. Keep it safe, guys, and enjoy your weekend, whatever you're doing. I shall head off to bed now. Now I've just finished my glass of milk. Might go and have one more smoke. But until the next time, guys, take care. Be well. Ride safe. Simon, keep it rubber side down, guys.
rubber side down, guys.
Cheers,
Take it
guys.
easy.
All right.
Take care.
Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.